On air. There we go.
Okay. All right.
We are on air. Now, people can just chill out a little bit. We got to get those codes out to people.
Yeah. Hey guys, if you're well, first, if you guys can hear me, we just started. We're just starting the Google Hangout, and I'm actually gonna send you guys the link right now. So if you're able to hear what I'm saying right now, just hang in there. Just give me like a minute or two, and you should be getting the link.
Okay, let's see here. Do you still hear me, Miles?
I can still hear you, sir.
All right, let's see here. Thank you, honey. You're allowed to make all the noise you want, babe. Codes out to people.
Yeah. Hey guys, if you're well, first, if you guys can hear me, we just started. We're just starting the Google. This is gonna be fun. No, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay, how the heck do I get rid of this stupid thing here? Let me see here. Okay. If you have that code out, you had the link, right? Miles, can you hear me? Oh, did I screw this thing up? Can you still hear me, Miles? Can you still hear me, Miles? Hello.
Okay, just sending one more link.
Miles,
One more link.
can you hear me, Miles? Miles. Hello? Hello? Okay. Wow, that's loud. Can you hear me, Miles?
Yeah, that code.
Okay, Tony, are you
Yo.
there?
You can hear me, right?
I can hear you fine.
Oh, okay, because I kept asking and you weren't answering me.
No, I probably was had switched to another screen. Sorry about that. But anyway, guys.
Okay.
Hey,
Let me get that link so I can send it. I got a couple people that want to just sort of come and hang.
Sure. We're gonna do one thing because we wanna get some of Tony's people on. So I'm gonna send that to you on Skype.
Sure. Yeah, that'll work.
All right, let's do that.
It's just a couple people. I just told them I'm having an impromptu thing, and they
problem.
said they want to be there.
It's on its way now, bro. You should have it.
All right, let's see here. Just give me 1 second. This is the fun thing about this technology here. Hang on a second. Okay, that's not the embed code. Let me see if I can get the embed code from this. Hold on a second, brother. I'm going to pull the embed code. I love this stuff.
Hold on. You know what? I can get you the embed code.
You can hear me, right? Here we go. You can hear us talking. Let me mute this. There we go. We're going to mute that out there. I got it, brother. Hang on 1 second.
Miles, can you hear me?
Okay. Miles, you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
And just let me know if you need the embed code. I can send.
Okay.
In fact, I'm sending it right now.
All righty. Look at that. All right. Let me just tell these folks. I already put it up there. It's on my server now in a second here. Just give me 1 second. I just want to make sure that it's working. And once they can see that, then I'm good to go.
And guys, I know you're out there listening. I just want you to bear with us. We're doing a couple things here, and you know, these Google Hangouts going forward, we're going to try to start seamlessly, where you know there's no delays or there's no disruptions. But you know, this is all new to us too. And I also want you to keep in mind that we are doing this for you. So just bear with us, and hopefully we're going to have a fun time tonight and share some good content with you guys. So just hang in there for a second.
Yep. Just hang tight, duders. Hang on a
Let me know
second.
when you're ready, brother. I'm waiting for you. Take your time.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Miles, for those people that get mad at Miles because he's late, don't get mad at him. It's my fault. So just chill out. We're gonna get this done. Hold on. I'm only inviting like 5 or 6 people. People that are actually doing stuff. You know what I
That's
mean?
cool, and I hear you loud and clear, bro. I mean, I've only invited just a handful of people. I don't know, probably a couple million people around the world, so it's no big. You
All
know,
right.
I got a guy I was talking to this afternoon in Africa, and Nigeria. He's been hitting me up like crazy. He wants to get the whole tribe on the team. I'm like, let's do it, bro.
Let's do it, man. Invite him to the hangout. Let's do this thing.
Yeah,
All right, let's see. Okay, you're good on YouTube. I don't know if you checked that, but you're actually good on YouTube. I'm on your YouTube channel.
I did check that.
Awesome. And then we're live on my link that I told you about earlier. Okay. All right. They're saying they can see me, and you guys are gonna have a good laugh. So Dwayne, just hang in tight. You're gonna laugh here in a minute because we sure as heck don't know what we're doing. We're having a good time. All right, Miles. Sorry about that, dude. I
That's
only invited, like I said, I just invited a few people.
You
No
all
big deal.
set, Tony?
Yep. Yep.
All
They're good.
right. Well, if you're all set, then let's officially start this BIM Superstars Millionaire Hangout. Welcome, guys. I'm glad you could make it tonight. And I have as you can see, I have a very special guest with me tonight. I like to call him the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Tony Profit. And by the way, guys, let me tell you something, how dedicated this man is. For those of you that didn't know, and I don't know if he wants me to say this or not, but what the heck? For those of you that didn't know, today is Tony's birthday. So everyone out there, wish Tony a very, very happy birthday. Happy birthday, bro.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I actually
Happy,
forgot it was my birthday. Oh my goodness.
all right.
You know, I didn't know it was my birthday. My wife, when she woke up this morning, she says, "Happy birthday." And I'm looking at her like, what are you talking about?
Your wife had to remind you?
Yeah, every year. Every year, every year. I don't see, that's what I'm saying. I don't think about those things. There's things that I just don't think about. And that's one of them.
I agree with you. You know what? You know what? That's going to lead into our discussion too, because there are things that I used to think about before I started my internet marketing business, and those things that I used to think about, I feel are distractions. So
Yep. See that?
if you have a partner, your business partner, or your wife, who's of course your partner in life, and,
Yes.
and she's willing to do some things for you, you can handle some things to her. Do that, because that's what I've done. I try to separate myself from. And my wife is here, so she doesn't mind me saying it this way. But I try to separate myself from the nonsense as far as booking plane tickets, my itinerary, whatever. That stuff annoys me, and it's just a distraction. So
Hmm.
I let her handle all of that, and then I can focus on the business at hand, which is building my business.
That's it. My wife's the same way, you know.
Yeah,
After 22,
yeah.
oh my, I'm not going to ask her, Mouse, she's going to get me in trouble. I think it's 22 years. And I'll tell you something, it's something that you know, this is something that I learned. We're just going to do this again, aren't we, Miles? We just like start talking and bam, we just get off on start. But I want to share this because,
That's how we do it, bro. So
yeah,
you
I
know,
want to share this because, you know, Justin and Dee, they're not in any of our teams or anything like that. But, you know, I give credit where credit is due. I actually seen a shift in Dee, which is Justin's wife
yes,
because you know you know you can actually see the difference in many of the wives actually in
yes.
yeah, you can see the difference in Chuck Marshall's wife. You can see the difference in Dee, you know, who is Justin Varangia's wife, and these are just people that I've seen from a distance in other things that they were doing. And I know I've known Chuck for many years, and you know I've been following him for years, and you know, and you can see these people and the changes that come about as we start to grow, and we start to take control of the 6 inches of real estate. That if people would understand, the number one piece of real estate that you want to own is the 6 inches between your ears, and it's actually 6 inches. This guy measured it, so that's, you know, That's what I'm saying. So you see a lot of changes in the women, and I said this to my wife today. I said, "You're gonna love Miles' wife. You're gonna love Miles. You're gonna
I
love."
love
Yeah, yeah. I said, well, Miles loves his wife, so I'm sure we're gonna love her too. So, no, but I said I met Miles' wife. She's a sweetheart, and I can just see you too. She's a New Yorican, my wife, and I could just see those two yaka 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 yaka. And then Miles and me are gonna have to be like, yo, I guess we'll go out to the beach or something. These two are at it. No, so okay, bye, honey.
Norte Americano. So
Yeah.
you know what, Tony? That's a great lead in. I'll tell you guys, this Google Hangout, and I'm trying to time it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
my timing is going to be 59 minutes, not 1 hour, not 60 minutes, but 59 minutes. Why 59 minutes, people? Because, well, I want to be different. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's going to be 59 minutes, and I'll tell you what, the things that Tony and I are going to share with you tonight, we could talk all night.
Oh
So
yeah.
if you want, we'll just call this part one, and then someday we'll do a part two, three, four, and on. So that's a perfect lead-in, Tony. What you brought up about having a strong backbone, a strong support system. Doesn't have to be a wife. It could be a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or a family member, or like a single dad, his daughter, or a single mom or son. Anyone. But the bottom line is, I know there's many of you out there that are involved in BIM in this program, and you're by yourself. Maybe you don't have any friends, or the friends that you do have, they think you're crazy for doing this. Well, that's fine, because you know that you have a home here. You know that we have a BIM family, and you know that you can always find help on the support systems that we have in the Facebook groups. Am I right, Tony? Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there are people in our Facebook group that they're not in my team, and I'm sure a lot of them probably not even in your team, Miles. And I've seen that we'll post something on the Facebook, and it's of value. Like you did today, you posted something on the Facebook,
Yeah.
and just 16 minutes ago, somebody made a comment because you share things of value, and we're not in the BI. And this is what I love about BIM. And this is something that you and I were talking about a little earlier. And if it's okay with you, I will just cover a little bit what we spoke about earlier.
Please do, sir. Please do.
Because it's funny because Miles and I, we set up a small conversation and we ended up talking for about an hour. But anyway, but we're going to do this in 59 minutes if I can shut up. But anyway, there's something that we post on Facebook, and many a times, people will see what we put on Facebook, and they don't really take into consideration the vast knowledge, like what Miles posted. When he posted that, I read it like 3 or 4 times. And then when I said BAM, he knew what I meant, because a lot of us that are in the trenches and we're out there and we're kicking butt and taking names, when you say BAM, you hit that thing you hit that nail straight on the head. And some people will take offense to that, and that's sad because we really, and I've been in many different multi-level marketing businesses, and I've never ever had the opportunity to be involved in a family like what we have in BIM, Big Idea Mastermind.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, and this is just something that Vic and Paul's amazing, Vic's amazing, and Miles, and people that I'm meeting and I'm having an opportunity to talk to. It's just amazing. And then we have a big family here, and if those people that feel like, oh, they're out in the cold, that's what we're hoping to resolve in these little meetings that we're having. And there's some other things that we have in the making that Miles and I are talking about, and once we can bring all that up into fruition, that we'll bring that out to everybody in BIM.
Sounds great. Well said, bro. And like as Tony was saying, we do got some things that we're going to be doing in the future besides Google Hangouts. And guys, it's all about bringing value and sharing the knowledge and bringing value to people's lives and making a change in people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got a number of questions, and I appreciate you guys who sent us questions early, so we can try our best to answer some of them and try to get everyone on the same page. And for those of you guys out there that are kind of just here as guests, don't really quite know what this is about or what this Google Hangout thing is about. I'm a pretty straightforward, transparent type of guy. At least I think I am. I like to try to be. And really what we're doing here, this is a group of people. This is a mastermind. It's called the Big Idea Mastermind. And what we're looking to do is change people's lives. Now, having said that, one of the some people don't want to admit it or they don't like to talk about this subject, but I can tell you one of the main ways to change people's lives is with money. Whether we want to admit it or not, I can tell you. Let me just back up a second and preface. This is just my opinion, but I will say this: money cannot solve all problems, and I think Tony will agree with me on that. But
100%.
yeah, but having said that, I truly believe that money can probably solve at least 99% of the problems because
Yeah.
the 1%, the 1% that it can't solve it is really nothing. I mean, you know, most of the problems that people have, we kind of create on our own, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm guilty of that too. But
Mm-hmm.
so money. Long story short, I don't want to be too long-winded. Money is a tool. That's all it is. It's like Vic says, Vic Stryzus. And by the way, for all you guys out there who continue to mispronounce Vic's name, his name. Okay, now and I know for sure what it is because I know Vic well. Plus, I
Yeah.
can say his name himself. I'm sure Vic's not going to mispronounce his own name. His name is Stryzus. Like you guys remember mythology? There's some god named Zeus, whatever. So just think of Zeus when you think of Vic. Take out the H. The H is silent. So it's very easy. Say it with me. Stryzus. Stryzus. Yeah, easy to. Cause at one time, I heard people saying Stry House and Stryzos, and it's Stryzus. Just think of that god, and and you'll be fine. Okay, now that I got that off my chest, let's move into some.
And Vic will be the first one to tell you that he's not a god.
You know what? Vic may not be able to walk on water. I'm sure he can't walk on water, but you know what? He comes close.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
treads on water.
I don't know. We're gonna have to name a holiday after him or something like that. What do you think of day?
You know what? The guy does have a gift from God, and you know
Yes, he
what?
does.
Here's
Yes, he
the
does.
thing. Here's the thing. All of us do. I
Yeah.
guarantee you. I don't have to guarantee. I know all of us have a gift from God, maybe undiscovered. We don't know what it is.
Hmm.
I told my wife, and I'm more than happy to tell everybody out there to share with you what I'm thinking about myself. Real quick, I have an accounting background, a computer background. Did that for years, but like a lot of people, wasn't quite happy. Well, since I've met Vic, and since I really got heavy into this internet marketing game, okay,
Hmm.
which it is a game. It's a
Sure.
serious game, but it's a game.
Hmm.
I know I found my calling with this, and I wake up every day excited, and I stay up late because I don't want to go to bed because I love
Yeah.
what I do.
Yeah.
Would you agree, Tony? Would you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll tell you. You know, when when you do something, I guess maybe people are thinking, who the hell is this Tony Prophet dude? You think they're probably thinking that? All right. Well, let me just say.
Tony, they might
Uh,
be thinking that. So,
yeah, like who the heck is this guy? Can we
I
rewind
want
a
you
little
to
bit
tell
here?
them a little bit about yourself. I'm sorry, guys. I'm
Well,
kind of rude here. We're talking off the cuff. Tell
that's
me,
cool.
tell
That's
them a little
cool.
bit about yourself.
Well, I've been out of the quote unquote punch the clock. I fired my boss in 1997 and I never hired him back. Am I saying that since 1997 until today, 2013 of May 7th, that it's been bed of roses? Absolutely not. 14 years. 14 years, and I pray that by saying what I'm about ready to say, that it's a blessing to someone, or however you want to receive it, but that you'll understand by the comments that I made earlier about the 6 inches between your ears. That real estate, for 14 years, I didn't own that real estate. I don't even think that I was leasing it. I was probably squatting in that real estate, that 6 inches of real estate. It was never mine until I found that recordings and books. I apologize. They're sitting over by my bed because I read every night before I go to bed.
Yeah,
And,
and by the way, Tony,
yeah,
behind you, I'm sorry to interrupt, bro. Behind you, that's Hector Lavoe.
yeah, that's him right there.
All my Ciceros out there.
Those of you that know anything about side side, that's the man, the myth, and the legend because he's no longer with us. And then, heck, since you brought it up, here we go, Mark Anthony. He's another one of my favorite artists, Mark Anthony. So there you go. Now, now, of course, Miles is the king of salsa, but I like doing me some salsa too. But anyway, but to let you guys know who I am. I mean, I'm just like you. People have a tendency, Miles, and I'm sure you agree with this. People have a tendency to see Miles or Miles' name comes up. Miles did this and Miles did that, and Miles is an awesome dude. But let me tell you something. I met him and his wife, and they're the most loving people, like the most regular people like you and me. For those of you that wear pants, he puts them on just like you do. Same thing as me. I put my pants on just like you do. I have misunderstandings, we call them, with my wife. And I mean, I am not perfect by no way, no way, no way by any stretch of the imagination. Am I saying that right? Imagination. Jesus, honey, how you say that? No, by no stretch of the imagination am I perfect. All right, so that's one of the things that to tell you a little bit more, the 14 years of my life that I lived on this earth, but I wasn't owning the real estate that was God given to me, and that is this up here. Until I knew that sitting in a room, and I'm getting a little bit personal here, and I never shared this on a video with anyone, and I have no idea why I'm sharing it now. But for 14 years, which most of you would probably say that's a pretty long time, when I sat in a room in the kitchen of an apartment building that I used to own, which is actually a building that I was able to give to my mother, I sat in the kitchen of that, in the corner of that kitchen for a long time, and all I would do is just look at the corner of a black room because there was no lights, and I lost everything. I mean, I built up like Miles. We built up quite a substantial power mega house of real estate, and then I lost everything. And and I think a lot of times when I look back to when those days, which I don't like to think about them much because I'm the type of person where if I don't put my mind to think about anything, about something, I will totally forget it, like my birthday. Okay. And things like that, things that I really don't pay attention to. And my wife knows this and she knows that I'm like that. So it's sort of like, I don't forget her birthday though. I remember her birthday. But that's yeah. But that's who I am. I'm someone that has been through the trenches. That if I say something to you, I would never share something with you unless I'm doing it. I would never tell you to do something unless I'm doing it. If I tell you to read a book, I'm going to tell you to read a book that I'm either reading or have read. And if I could take you into my bedroom, which I won't do that, I don't take anybody into the love nest but my wife, but I would show you the books that are laying right next to my bed. And in the Kindle Fire that we have with books in it, reading and audios. Many of you are probably saying, okay, he's going to go down this road again. Yeah, I am, because it's 14 years of pain and suffering of going through glass barefooted, going uphill, downhill, barefooted miles. Like they say, I go up the hill, down the hill barefooted. Many of us have been there. So when you hear someone like the David Woods of the world and David Sharps and all these other guys and, and Chuck Marshall and these guys saying that they've been through it. You see how they're regular people. Miles is a regular guy. His wife is she's a regular gal, just like my wife is and like me. So I'm nobody special, but I am special because there's something that Miles said earlier, that we all have a gift. And I think I said this to you earlier too, Miles, that I'm finally having people tell me you have a gift and you need to share that. I had somebody tell me a long time ago. His name is John Alexander. He's actually a friend of mine on Facebook. He's an absolute friend of mine. He's a real estate investor trainer of mine, friend of mine. I know have a cell phone. I could call him. I talk to him all the time. He said, "You have a gift, and you need to share that gift. That gift is not instilled in you just so that you can keep it to yourself." You know what I mean? So that's who I am. I'm somebody who suffered for 14 years, and it was self-inflicted because I didn't know or bother to realize that the minute I walk up to those, whatever you want to call them, demons, whatever you want to call them, that were occupying the 6 inches of real estate between my ears, until I said, no, enough's enough, and those thoughts will no longer come through my brain. And folks, I'm telling you, this is just recently. This is not something where, I've studied this stuff for years, It's weird, Miles. You read something, you listen to the audios,
Mhm.
and you still don't do nothing with it. Well, that's what I did. So I'm praying that what Miles and I are trying to do here today is to reach out to those of you that might be sitting or where Miles and I were. Because I know Miles' story, and I don't know if he's going to touch on it. He probably touched on it last week, but I know some of his story, and this is why I was really attracted to Miles in a manly way. I was attracted to Miles because he and I had almost about the same story. And look at that smile. I mean, come on, you know. No, but no, we're both very manly men. But you just get attracted to people, and that's the really cool thing about Empower Network and Big Idea, mostly Big Idea. I noticed that really a lot in our group, and I'm not trying to put us out, but we are really a rare breed. We are, Miles, aren't we? I mean, if any of you had an opportunity to join us in Chicago, you would have seen something that was totally different. The vibe was different in our room. When you say that, Mouse, the
Yeah.
vibe was different in our room. And the vibe was different when you got around Big Idea people. Because you know what? That name, when you say Big Idea, it's not just a name. It really is
This
the
is.
big idea. And how are you going to be able to figure out what your big idea is unless you take control of the real estate that is rightfully yours? Right here, the 6 inches, right?
Yeah, Tony, that's so well said, bro. And I'll
Mm-hmm.
tell you, uh, that's so well said. You know what? Let me tell you something, guys. Last week was my very first Google Hangout, which I did by myself, which was kind of fun sitting here by myself. And this is my second one. And Tony Profit is my very first guest ever. And you know what? I could not have picked. Well, everything I kind of do in this business, everything seems to fall in place for me.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about me because, like I said,
Yeah.
this is my calling. This is I don't want to get religious here, but I think everybody has a calling, and I think this was my calling from God
Amen.
to do this business and to help other people and to change some lives. And I just knew when I brought Tony Profit, I could not have found a better first guest on my Google Hangout by inviting somebody. And I'm just honored to have you here, bro. I'm
Well,
just
I appreciate it. Anytime you're having a hangout, if I'm not, hanging, I don't know, if I ain't hanging out somewhere else, I'll be glad to come on. All you got to do is ask, brother. I told you that when I met you in Chicago. We're a kindred spirit. We are like-minded. And, I said something to my wife, and this is funny. My wife and I, we still talk. Isn't that great? 22 years, and we still talk. My
wow.
God, if you guys have a spouse or a significant other, talk to them. You'd be surprised at the things that can come out of your mouth, and some of it's probably not going to be any good because I have those moments too. But we were talking, and we were just saying how, and I just totally lost my thought. I did right here, live and on air. I just lost the thought that I was going to say.
Tony,
It was a good one too, man. You should have been there. It was good.
we'll come back to it because
All right.
I know there's some guys out there, and I know. And listen, guys. You may not agree with everything I say, but you know what?
Mhm.
You're going to appreciate that because many people you run into in the street every day or you meet in your daily lives, they're not honest with you and they're not transparent. But I'm going to be very transparent with you because I have nothing to hide. I'm going to say it like it is. Some people may not agree. For those of you that don't agree, really, you can always change the channel. I'm just telling you like it is. So
Yeah.
what Tony was saying, we're gonna lead into something here because I know, okay, I know something. I'm gonna tell you what I know. I know there's some people out there saying, "Man, these guys are talking really good and all, but can they get to the meat? They seem to be just kind of can they get to some serious training?" Well, you know what?
I
We're
thought I did.
we're gonna do that. We're gonna get to some serious training right now, Tony, and we're gonna lead
Okay.
into it this way. I'm gonna answer a couple of questions, and then I'm gonna give you what I'm gonna do. We're gonna do in this format. I'm going to answer the question and give you my take on it, and then Tony's going to give you his perspective. And with the two perspectives, you're going to get two perspectives. I think at that point, your question should be pretty much answered. So we're going to lead into it this way. Tony brought up an excellent point about talking about the real estate here, the 6 inches, your mind. Well, I want to talk about that a little bit too, just a little. And by talking about that, I'm going to answer a question. So I'm not going to go off on a tangent. I'm going to answer a question. I want you guys to keep in mind that when we're talking about, in fact, the first 20 minutes that me and Tony were going back and forth, I hope some of you pulled out some nuggets, okay? Because what we were talking about, if you really, really tuned in, what we were talking about is really the most important thing, is why some people are successful and some are not. It's not all about traffic strategies and what are you using, Miles, and what are you using, Tony, and what solo ad vendor are you using. It's not about that. It's about your approach and your mindset. It's the mindset you have, people, when you use those strategies. Without the correct mindset, I can guarantee you the strategies are not going to work. They may work by accident, but they're not going to work as effectively as they could. And I want you to keep something in mind. Tony talked about listening to audios, videos, positive things, which I've told my team to do. I do every day. Let me tell you something. I'm a pretty healthy guy. I've never, ever smoked in my life. Never. In fact, here's something going to really fool you. And I'm not saying this is bad, but I've never had a cup of coffee. Ever. I've never even tasted it. And not because it's unhealthy. It's just that I don't like coffee, and I just never got around to it. But the point I'm making is, just like cigarettes, I've never smoked them, but I was addicted to something. Okay. I grew up. I'm a TV kid. Maybe Tony is too. I grew up watching TV. I grew up. My parents put me in front of the TV to get me out of the way. I remember 4 years old. I can remember this Cowboys and Indian movie that I was watching in black and white, 4 years old. So I'm a TV guy. And what I want to tell you guys is, okay, within the last 30, 45 days, I've given up TV. Believe it or not, I've given up TV. Okay? And the thing is, when I say that, I'm going to preface, I do watch TV here and there, but the only thing I watch is movies, and it's got to be a good movie. It might be something late at night before I go to bed. If there's not a good movie on HBO or something, I'm not watching. Regular TV, I don't watch. And the news, I've given up the news. I do not watch the news. I do not listen to the news in my car. And see, here's what I'm leading into, guys. You guys want to know, many people out there want to know what Tony and I do. Like, what are we doing to get sales? Okay, well, I'm going to tell you what we're doing. And you can't leave out one thing and expect the other to work. Everything goes together. It all ties together. And whatever I'm telling you that I do, if you want to use my techniques, if you want to get the same results that I'm getting, or the same results that Tony is getting, you have to do everything that we do. If I tell you I run around the block, every morning once, which I don't do, but I'm just giving you an analogy. If I tell you I do that, you need to do that, okay? Because if you don't do that, the strategy I'm giving you is not going to work, because I use these techniques in conjunction with the strategies, okay? So the one thing I do is I do not listen to nothing negative or be influenced by anything negative. And the news is nothing but negative. Maybe at the end of the news story, they may have like a nice, good, positive story, but it's usually at the very end. What is the headline? Like here in Philadelphia, the Channel 6 News. Well, the big story is tonight. It's hold on, guys. I think we might have lost you.
No, I'm here.
You still there? Okay.
No, we're here. Yeah, I'm going to show them something. Go ahead. You just keep talking.
Okay, cool. Okay, I wasn't sure, but anyway.
I'm in my training mode, brother. I'm in my training mode here. I'm going to show these people exactly what you're talking about.
I'm going to keep talking while you have the screen up. Okay. So let me.
All right, go ahead.
Let me get to a strategy that I'm using. It's kind of a part 2 from last week. I'm just going to touch on it just a bit. I'm not going to take a lot of time. I'm going to talk about solo ads, because that is a hot button among the BIM family solo ads. Now, what I wanted to say is, in order to use those solo ads correctly, you need to have the right mindset. And your mind is always working. You have a choice. Either you're going to fill your mind with positive thoughts, okay, which you're going to get that by watching positive audios, listening to positive video, or it's going to be filled with the negativity of the world. You have a choice. But I can guarantee you, your mind is never going to be empty. In other words, if you have negative thoughts in your mind, you have to replace those thoughts with something positive. Because I can guarantee you, your mind is never going to be empty. And the thing is, if your mind was empty, how would you know it? You would never know that.
That's true.
You would never know that. So I want to touch upon one of the questions that somebody asked me earlier today. We'll start here. And Tony,
one of the things, if that's okay with you, because I'm actually here, and this is like right behind what you're talking about.
Let's talk about this while you have the screen up, and then I'm going to get into
look at this.
Somebody had.
See this right here when you had talked about just a moment ago. Look at this. This is lesson number 1 in the 15K formula. When people always say, well, Tony, what is it that you're doing to get traffic? Do you think that maybe David and everyone else that is already where most of us want to be have an idea when they say how to take action now for your dream income, and then make it lesson number 1?
Yes.
Even before compelling content mastery, even before syndication strategies, anything else that you see on the rest of this page right here means nothing until you get clarity for success. That's what I wanted to say, brother. You hit the nail right on the head.
Fantastic, Tony. And you know what? Nothing is by chance, people.
It isn't.
The list that Tony was showing you of the training audios in the 15K formula, Empower Network 15K formula, the order that they're in that order for a reason. I know a lot of people like to skip to the end like they're reading a book, but you need to follow those in a certain order, and you need to take action on each one. It's fine to review everything, but then you need to go back and start with video or audio number 1. Study it, listen to it, take action right away before you move on to number 2. And then number 2 takes action, and then you go on. At least that's how I approach it. I'm sure that's how Tony approaches it. So anyway, someone had a question on my team, and they wanted to know that here was their question. Now that their subscribers went through the BMI funnel, okay. And for those of you that don't know, the funnel is 8 days. I've been hearing this question a lot. Is the funnel 6 days, 7 days? It's technically 8 days. The very first day that someone opts into your list, that's technically day 0. Okay, and they are going to get that first video from Vic. Now, all you need to do is just add 7 days to that. So on the 7th, well, it actually turned out to be the 8th day. On the 8th day, they should get the opportunity to decide if they want to join our team, Big Idea Mastermind. Now, the question is, well, Miles, what happens after they went through the funnel? How do I, and they have not decided to join us, okay? How do I cultivate that list? How do I continue to communicate with the list? What emails should I send them? Okay, well, I'm going to answer it this way. There, I can't exactly give you a script because, we're all gonna develop our emails a certain way. In other words, your email should reflect your character. At that point, if they have not actually joined BIM or decided to become a member of your team, well, it's probably not the product. BIM is an excellent product, and it's a high converting product. So what it probably is the fact that they're just a little unsure about you. Okay, they don't know you that well, and you haven't built up that trust factor with them. So I would answer the question in this way. In fact, some people are actually creating a funnel of their own, and they're embedding their emails in between Vic's emails. In other words,
big mistake.
Right. When we send out day 1 is 0, and then there's a day that's skipped, you get another video, and then there's a day that's skipped, you get another video. So they're putting emails in between those. My suggestion, personally, guys, is do not do that. Okay. No. Vic has those alternating days, where you're skipping a day and then they get another video number 2, skip a day, video number 3. Vic has done that for a reason, and I really don't think you should monkey around with the funnel. I think you should follow the format what Vic has. Now, that's just my suggestion, and you can pretty much do whatever you want, but you're asking for my advice, and I'm giving it to you. Now, once they've been through the funnel, I believe that's where you should take over. That's where you should put on your marketing hat. And so what should you put in those emails that you're going to send to your list? And those emails can go on for, they can go on forever. I mean, you can, after you've gotten to day 8, your subscribers gotten to day 8, and they did not purchase, you can build out your funnel all the way to the next 21 days or 30 days. You know, there's no certain time limit. You want to build a relationship with your list, and if they decide to unsubscribe, well, they unsubscribe. But so what would I talk about in those emails? What would I do? You want to and I think this is why some people maybe don't quite opt in, or not opt in, but purchase in the beginning. Although the videos that Vic creates are excellent videos, they're only so long. Now, in that final video that they get on that final day, Vic really explains the whole system to them, okay? And he talks about the benefits. But what I would suggest you do is reinforce that, okay? In fact, what I would do is I would study that very last video that they're gonna get from the system. Not video 1, 2, and 3, but that very last one where it's got a bunch of tabs. It's really like your kind of like your BIM back office, and then in that last tab, that's the opportunity for them to actually purchase. What I would talk about in my follow-up emails. This is what I would talk about. I would talk about the benefits. Okay, people buy benefits, guys. People do not buy a product. They buy benefits. Okay, and they're also buying you. Like, for example, I would say 90% of us that decided to join BIM really got involved because of Vic. Okay, we were really buying into Vic. You know, we were trusting Vic, and we were going by what we know Vic, and we're going by his integrity and what he had to offer. Of course, there's a fantastic product, but you need to have that relationship with your list. So that's one thing I would definitely put in my follow-up emails. I would talk about all the benefits of becoming a member of BIM, what it can do for you, what it can do for your family, how it can change your life. There's a ton of benefits that BIM can offer. And the other thing that I would also include in your follow-up emails, after they go through the BMI funnel, okay, you want to create your own funnel afterwards. I would talk about your story. What is your story? We all have a story. And if you don't have a story, you're either dead or you've been living under a rock. We all have a story. You heard Tony's story. If you were on the Hangout last week, you heard my story. How literally I fell off a cliff. I hung on there for months. And you know, you can only hang so long. And I just gave up. I mean, I was hanging on by one finger, and I let go. Okay, and my wife caught me. Thank God, my wife caught me. That's my story. I'm not going to get into it, but share that story with your list. They want to get to know you. Talk about your struggles, because we've all had them, and then explain to them, share with them where you are now. I don't care if you haven't made one sale. Okay, you do have success. Your success is you were smart enough to join BIM, and you can talk about the success of the team. It doesn't just have to be, you know, you. It's not all about you. It doesn't have to be about your sales. Talk about the team sales. You don't need to like mention anyone's name. You want to talk about what kind of money the BIM team has generated. And that's my take on follow-up emails, how I think they should be handled. How do you feel about that, Tony?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. There was actually, you know, I always tell people, I had somebody today, well, I just say, you know, you probably know that this person is on my team, but this person just said to me, you know, what should I do? Should I put emails in between, similar to what you were just talking about? And my answer was, no, don't do that. I said, if you want to, at the end, like you said, at the end, and this person's extremely, his wife is very intelligent. He's the, you know, he's the man, he's the one that has the account, but his wife behind the scenes and the assistant is doing all the work. And I communicate a lot with her, and she's very intelligent. And she said, hey, listen, can I show you something what I'm going to do at the end of my funnel? I said, sure, I love that. Send it to me. So on day 10, she has an email that's going to go out, and she created this on her own. She didn't call me. She didn't send. Well, she can't call me, but I guess she could. I won't pick up the phone. But anyway, she could send me an email and contact me on Facebook. But what she said was, "Hey, I have this idea. Should I put the emails in between Bics?" I said, "Absolutely not. I'm not." So, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go to a master and say, "Hey, master, I'm more of a master than you are. I'm trying to have you teach me something, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to create this funnel. I'm going to do this." I had somebody else tell me this. Somebody else on my team said this too. And I said, listen, until you're making the minimum amount of money that you want to make a month, you don't touch a WYSIWYG. You don't touch an internet web creator. You don't do none of that stuff. Get yourself ready for the ride that you're going to have. So this young lady, on behalf of her husband, created this email. And the email literally just went over everything Vic just told that person. You ever hear that terminology? Tell somebody what you're going to tell them, and
Yes.
then repeat
Mhm.
again what you're going to tell them, and then at the end remind them of what you've already told them. That is a big nugget, and I'm going to repeat it. Tell someone what you are about to tell them.
Taking notes, bro.
All right. Tell someone, and I learned this from a master marketer, so I'm only sharing what I paid a lot of money to learn. Tell somebody what you're going to tell them. Repeat what you just told that person you're going to tell them, and tell them again, and then go over what you just told that person to remind them of what they just heard. Well, that's what she did. She said, well, listen, my name is so-and-so. I'm not going to say the name because I don't want to go there, but my name is so-and-so, and I just wanted to reach out to you. I am the person that will be working closely with you. I am at your disposal. Now, she's a lot more at disposal than most people, and that'll all start to back off as your business starts to grow. You're not going to be able to talk to everyone and say, oh, can I help you through everything? So you need to create and establish yourself as a CEO of your organization, because that's exactly what you are. And basically, if you want to reach out to your list, like I did this yesterday, I sent out an email to my list just saying, hey, listen, we have a guy who's 24 years old. He's going to tell us how he did it. I don't know about you, but I want to know how he did it. Are you going to be there? That's all I did. And, I said, P.S., if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reply to this email. I'll do my best to answer it. That's it. You don't have to do an email every day. You don't have to. Don't mess with the funnel. But if you want to, at the end of the funnel, do like I just told you. Should I repeat it again, or do you think that they got it, Miles? I think they got it.
Repeat it one more time,
One
bro.
more time. Okay. Tell the person, you tell them what you're going to tell them. You repeat what you just told them, and then you remind them of the last two things, which is also identical, of the last two things you just told them. You
Nice.
want to repeat it because most people have to hear something 3 times in order to get it. And that was really, I mean, I wish I could share the email. I won't do it because she asked me, and her husband asked me not to, but I have that email, and guess what I'm going to do? I basically told you the gist of it. Basically get yourself on your own list, get those links, get those 3 links, and include them at the bottom of the email. Let them know a little bit about yourself. Preferably make a video. If you don't put the video in the About You page,
Videos are excellent. In fact, I
unbelievable.
recommend videos over words.
Unbelievable. I am not I was always, I'm a very private person still. But I never used to do these videos, and that's another thing that my wife was pretty shocked about when I tell her I'm going to get on a video hangout with Miles. She's like, "What?" But anyway, but just do that, guys. If we have not done anything for you today, it is my prayer, my hope that you heard the last 15 minutes of what Miles and I were telling you, because those things, if you were to implement them, I'm telling you, I have somebody who has joined our organization that has been watching me since 2011. I believe that's way before Empower Network even started, if I remember. But they've been watching what I've been doing, and they was like, man, you're consistent. When you start something, I can always tell when you're starting something, or if something happens and the one guy says, well, what is it? Why did you get out of so and so? Why did you get out of such and such? Well, I got out of such and such because they got a prick up their butt and they decided they're going to close up the shop. So they closed up shop. So I just move on about my business. Anybody else that wants to come with me can come. And that's what this person did. 2011. This guy's been on my list since 2011 and now decided to join us in this. You see what I'm saying? Because if you see me look away, it's because I see Miles' face right there, and I keep looking away. I keep forgetting my stupid camera's up there. But anyway,
That's okay.
you tell the person, you say what you're going to say to the person. You repeat what you just told that person, and then you go over again what you already told the person in the last 2 times. I'm telling you, if you do that and include the links to the video, that's what I'm talking about when I say tell the person, go back over and say, here's video 1, here's video 2, here's video 3, and oh, by the way, if you want to join me, here's the link. Don't forget to do that. Here's the link.
So the short version is, and I made my notes here, the short version really is tell. Well, there's 3 key words. Tell, repeat, remind. Do I have it right, bro?
You hit it right on the head. Bam. Perfect. Miles, bam.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. So that's our answer, guys, to that question. And I think I might have had one more thing I wanted to. Oh, yeah, I did have one more thing I want to mention. We're going to jump real quick to the next question. And, guys, I know you're saying out there, he's not going to get to them all. He's going to miss my question. You know what? I don't think so. I'm going to get to them all quickly, and I'm going to try to speed things up just a little bit. In case you're wondering, when you send those follow-up emails, okay, my recommendation is it's all about relationship building, okay? I mean, you can even start off those emails like you want to show empathy and concern. You want think of every single subscriber. Okay, this is what you should do. You guys know I found my best friend in Chicago, and I mentioned that during last week's webinar, my best friend from childhood. And anyway, everybody on your list, you should look at as your best friend. And you know why? Because those people will eventually, hopefully, be putting money in your pocket, and you should respect them and build a friendly relationship with them. So try to break down the barriers and really just talk to them. Don't put too much thought into the perfect email, okay? Just write something, and if there's mistakes in it, leave it and move on. And when you draft those emails, just a suggestion, you may want to preface that the emails are from you and Vic. Use Vic's authority. Use Vic's name. It's okay to do that. He's okay with that.
He actually would touch on this. If you remember yesterday's Webby, we call him Webbies. Paul mentioned to do exactly that because you're not lying to that person. Vic is your partner.
Yes, he is.
Okay, so that's true.
Yep. And real quick, and then I know I keep talking about move on, but guys, there's a lot. I mean, you guys want to know what me and Tony do. Sometimes on the surface, it looks like, oh, all they do is this, and that. No. It goes a lot deeper. So real quick, I'm telling you to draft these follow-ups. Well, you know what? To draft these follow-ups, you need to know a little bit about copywriting. I know we're not copywriters here, but this internet marketing game that you're involved in, your copywriting skills need to get good. Your marketing skills need to get good. Your salesman skills need to get good. Okay? Because after the funnel is done, those are not Vic's emails anymore. They're yours. And you're competing with all the other marketers and gurus out there for your subscribers' attention. Do you think your subscriber is only on your list? Think about how many lists you're on. So what I would suggest is pick up some good books on copywriting, on how to draft follow-up sales letters. I got a couple here, and I'm not trying to sell nothing. This is what Vic recommended. You guys should have some of this stuff already, but if you don't, there's a good book that I use. You want to know what I use? There's a good book called Words That Sell. Okay? Words That Sell is great for showing you how to draft an excellent headline. Okay? Your headline is the most important thing, your subject line. Because with a crappy subject line, I don't care how good your email is, nobody's going to open it. So
They won't
again,
open.
yeah, there's a good book here, Words That Sell. There's another one, Phrases That Sell, that I can't find in my messy office right now. And there's one more here, Scientific Advertising. Okay, I'm just telling you what I use. And let me tell you who it's by, because you're probably wondering. He didn't tell us who it's by. Scientific Advertising is by Claude C. Hopkins. Excellent book. You need to educate yourself and don't just rely on Vic's emails or on the system. And this one, Words That Sell, is by Richard Bryan. Maybe you couldn't see that. It's by Richard
Bayan.
Bayan. B-A-Y-A-N. Richard Bayan. Google it on Amazon, Words That Sell. Anyway, 2 excellent books. And
Three actually.
yeah, 3.
Scientific advertising. I wrote those down. Words that sell, phrases that sell, and scientific advertising. There you go.
And there's actually one more, and these are all 3 books that Vic recommends. There's another one that goes along with this one that's called, I believe it's called More Phrases That Sell or More Words That Sell. It's
something like that. Yeah, it's something to the more effect. You're right.
Just Google it, guys. Google it. So, okay, let's jump to the next question. All right.
Before you do that, this is one thing I want to touch on this, and this is why if you guys, whoever read the Facebook post, I had somebody tell me the other day, I said, man, you give so much value, and you're not even on my team, or you're not even my sponsor. But I said, on a Facebook post, if you have not sat down and studied the 15K formula at least 4 to 5 times, you are doing yourself, you are doing your business, you're doing your family. As a matter of fact, you probably don't like your family if you don't do that. I'm just kidding. But, you know, you really need to sit down and, like, you see how Miles is talking, and if you're seeing me talk, this is probably popping up on your screen. Email seduction, outsell the competition without using the phone. The 7-figure income of the inside, the cultivating of thought. Look at this. This information is right at your fingertips, my friends. And if I didn't sit here and watch these videos, and this, I'm sure Miles is the same way, if you have a powerful thing right at your disposal with these courses. That if somebody says to you, well, what, I don't know how to write an email. Okay, no problem. Lesson 9 and 10, go check it out. And lesson 8, 9, and 10, go check it out.
It's all.
And that's it. It's all right there, folks. Guys, you're paying for this stuff. For crying out loud. I had to take the stupid thing away so you can see my face. I'm telling you, as the sky is blue, listen to me. Go watch what you paid for. And if you're not in the 15K formula, if you're not all in, look at, I still have my bracelet on. For those of you that were not in Chicago, see that I still have my bracelet on? I've been wearing it since I left. Yeah.
You got this one, which says
all in. Yeah. I've been wearing it since I left Chicago because I'm not all in just in my business. I'm all in my life. So if I'm telling you to go and read and watch these videos, my friend, I'm doing it. I'm not somebody that's blowing smoke up your backside. I'm telling you. Just like that, Miles is saying something, bam, 15K formula, 7, 8, and 9. If you are not able to do that with somebody on your team, you're going to be on the phone hand-holding that person, and you're both losing money. See what I'm saying, brother? That's.
And I'll tell you something. Even for people that are quote all in, you know, there's another product called the Master's Retreat Level, the final product in Empower Network. But having said that, in my opinion, and Vic says the same thing. From what I've seen, the best. I mean, I'm being partial here. I feel the best training really is in the 15K formula. Tony, there are some badass videos. I mean, if you go through all the videos in the 15K and you really learn them, I mean, really embed them in your brain and take action on all those videos, you would not have any questions on Facebook. There's no way you could fail. Just looking at video 6 and 7, Shaq Hushian. What a badass! Video number 6 and 7 in the 15K. Video number 6, I believe, is 2 hours. Video number 7 is over 3 hours. All about solo ads. You guys are asking me about solo ads. That's a solo ad encyclopedia. This is all this guy does. Earns 70 grand a month. All he does is solo ads, okay? He's built relationships with vendors. He does e-zine, email
Yep.
media buying.
Yep.
It's all there.
Shakir Hussein, that's one badass dude right there, man. And the thing is, I know this for a fact that what he taught on there, he is actually charging, because I saw the video the other day, he is actually charging somebody $2,000. If you want that information, he'll charge you $2,000. My friend, you're getting it here for what you paid to get into the 15K formula. And I'm telling you, what Miles just talked about, I wish lesson number 12 actually would have been lesson 2, but okay, it's lesson 12, and that's getting unstuck. Getting unstuck. There is some really powerful stuff, and I really pray that what you guys are hearing here today helps you to sort of be that swift kick in the butt to get you off the fence and stop fooling yourself. Because if you think, like I used to, I would put a website out. Remember the old terminology, Miles? If you build it, they come. That's what they say in real estate, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, these videos are not going to be here. You just put up a website and they're going to come. You got to learn. You really do. In any business that you do, whether it's a window business, a real estate business, brick and whatever kind of a business, you must learn to craft your trade. If you don't know your trade, you're fooling yourself. And that's another thing that, you know, if you do not understand what it is you need to do and you don't have the steps, when people say this to me, it just blows my mind. Well, what can I do? I have no idea what to do. They say this on the Facebook group, Miles, you know that, you see it all the time. Oh, but I'm waiting for Vic to do this. I'm waiting for Vic to do that. And my response is, are you
Waiting for what?
stupid? What are you waiting for? You got everything right here, all these videos. My God, look at this.
Tony, answer a question
Yeah.
first. These people in the Empower Network, the Empower Network people, strictly Empower, okay, that are making good money, okay, are they waiting for BIM? They don't even have access to it.
No.
So
No.
what are they doing, Tony?
They're what?
using the Empower Network products.
Yeah, and they're actually looking. I apologize. Okay, no, I did take that down. But they're actually looking and they're following the 8 core commitments. Like I said this to a lady who
Once a
called.
week.
Yeah, the 8 core commitments.
Once a week, review those 8 core commitments. And I told everybody on my team to do this from the beginning, and I wonder how many people are still doing this today. In fact, I'll say it this way. Guys, you guys out there on my team, okay, how many of you reviewed the 8 core commitments in Power Network last week? How many reviewed the 8 core commitments? Can I get an eye? Be honest, raise your hand. I can't see you, I can't hear you, but did you review the 8 core commitments last week? And I know I told every single one of you to do that every single week. And I didn't say do it until. I never said that. So it's do it forever. Would you agree?
I mean, when you look, I agree with you 100%. There it is right in front of you guys. And this is the 8 core commitments. You know, and if you guys aren't, this is what really just blows my mind. I can't understand it, why this really does. It gets my underwear in a bunch. I don't like to say my panties because I don't have any of those on, but it gets my underwear in a bunch. When people just say, oh, I'm going to wait for this. No, don't wait. Don't wait. Because if
icing on the top of the cake.
That is the icing. Icing's up here, man.
We got the cake, Tony. Empower
We do.
products. They're excellent products.
They're amazing.
BIM is the icing, and sometimes icing can be a little too sweet. It's too much. That's on top.
That's it. That's amazing. I mean, it's just, you know, and I got people that'll say I'm not a blogger, neither am I. But do you know that there is actually, and you and I talked about this earlier, Miles, because you and I are going to actually, we were talking about starting to do this. Daily make a video. Whatever it is you want to make a video about. Man, I'm telling you, this is some really gold nuggets. So you guys got to go back and watch this video, okay? Go back to the very beginning. You're going to be able to pause it and fast forward it after we're done. And if we go over a few minutes here, if it bothers you, goodbye. But I'm telling you,
I can see it already. I'm gonna let you continue talking, brother. But you know, here's the thing. Here's the whole philosophy of Empower Network, David Wood. Anything goes. Things are subject to change. I said 59 minutes. You know what, folks? We're going to go over because there are some questions here, and I'm going to get to them. So, you know, don't worry about it. We're here having fun. I hope you guys are getting some good knowledge from this. I'm going to let Tony jump back on in a second and speak, but he's talking about videos. And here's the thing, guys, because I see it. Tony's talking about videos. I'm going to let him continue talking. But I want to preface this. When we're talking about videos, do not, I'm going to say it again, do not, I'm going to say it again, do not go out and get a professional video made. Don't go to Fiverr or wherever and have somebody make you a stupid video. Okay? Don't do that. Okay? Make your own videos. Make those amateur, off-the-cuff mistakes. Make your own videos. They want to get to know you. Go out to the park. Go for a bike ride.
Use your cell phone.
Use your cell phone. Make a video of you and send that to you. They want you. They don't want some bullshit marketing that somebody made up, looks all professional. That doesn't sell.
Doesn't.
Go ahead, Tony.
And that's one of the things that today, you know, I like to talk about this stuff because a lot of times, and you know what, you guys are probably right most of the time, you know, but in this case, you are listening to two men that are telling you unequivocally the bare-ass naked truth. That if I'm telling you this is what we're doing, is because we're telling you to do it because we are doing it. I'm not telling you to go blog. I'm not telling you to go whatever.
I've never said anything about blogging, no.
Yeah, I don't blog. And I'm going to be real transparent with you here. I don't blog. I am a paid marketer type of guy, okay? Because I'm lazy by nature. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I'm lazy by nature. But there was something in the 15K formula that I just learned on my 5th time around about videos. There's a young guy in there by the name of Chris who is an expert at
Chris
this.
Record.
Yes.
Chris Record. He's a badass. He's
unbelievable.
He only,
yeah.
In fact, he only does this. He does this part-time. He has a full-time job, a full-time other business. He does this part-time, and the young guy, Chris Record, is kicking ass.
Unbelievable. So you can see the power behind what Chris is sharing and how David Wood caught on to it. Yesterday, he sent out a video of him standing on a balcony in a hotel, which he's still at today, because the same video, he sent out another video today of him sitting on a recliner. You probably saw this, Miles. He's sitting on his recliner outside on his, what do they call that? Levee, I guess they call it, but we call it a balcony. But anyway, yeah, a balcony. He's out on his balcony, beautiful scenery, and he's actually talking about exactly what we are telling you to do. It's very simple. You shoot a really quick video. I don't know. It could be about what you had for lunch. It doesn't matter. People really don't care. They just want to know you. They just want to know your attitude. Most of you know that I'm really silly. And if you guys met me in person and you talk to me on Facebook, you know that I'm just a silly type of guy. I like to have fun. If it ain't fun, I'm not going to do it. All right? Because life is too short.
You're probably wondering why I got my glasses on, because we're getting laser focused, guys.
That's it. I like that.
We're getting laser focused, so I'm honing in on what Tony is saying, and I'm soaking it all up. I'm soaking it up.
Because it just really, it does. It just, I keep repeating myself because if people would just understand and see and just really grasp what I'm trying to share with them here, their life is going to change. And when your life changes, your family changes. And when it starts like this, and you know what, 59 minutes, my friend, is gone. So if you were waiting for us to get off of this thing 59 minutes, I think you can go ahead and get your milk and go to bed.
Something to do. If you got to work tomorrow, and that's so important, you don't want to stay up another half an hour. Your business is not that important. If you have to go, we understand. We appreciate you being.
Bye-bye.
You can go. But for those of you that want to continue and network and mastermind with us, we're going to be here for you. We're not getting paid for this. We're going to be here for you.
And listen, those people already left. So those of you, the adults that stayed, we're in for a ride. But I'll get back to that story in a minute. Cliffhanger, right, Miles? And that's in your training too, you guys. If you're in a master's course, that is video number 27, where what I just did, you'll understand. But anyway, my point is this, okay? Those people that thought we were going to be here for 59 minutes, it was just a joke. We were kidding. We were not going to be here 59 minutes. We'll be here longer. Tony's on the phone. Now, if Miles was here by himself, maybe he would be gone by now. But I didn't promise. I told Miles, I promise you, I'll do my best. And my attorney used to always say, remember, Miles, when you have a client in your office and you're telling them about the house, I
Yeah.
will do my best to put those rugs into that house. Well, I'm going to do my best, Miles, to get you off that thing by 59 minutes. But see, I said something to Miles earlier today. I said, Miles, when I make my intention and when I say I make my yeses be yes and I make my nos be no, I'm going to give. I'm the type of person I'm going to give until I'm tired. Now, I'm not saying we're going to be here 3 more hours. We might be here 5 more hours. But anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is when David, when I just noticed this, I mean, the shift, you can see these shifts in people if you're following them like I do. I see this shift, and it's just so simple, guys. You really want to make a blog post that is so simple that it's going to make your pants come on fire? Just make a simple video. It could be a video about, hey, I was just sitting having a conversation with Miles and I was drinking a White Russian and I'm almost drunk like beyond. No, it's just milk. I'm just kidding. But you can do a blog about that. Something stupid. Because see, there's somebody out there, although you might be thinking is stupid,
Right.
that other person is going to feel like, wow, this guy is kind of cool. I'm going to share a story with you, Miles, and this never, ever happened to me in my whole entire life. And for those of you that think I'm lying, I have the video right on my phone, but I'm not going to play it. It's right on this phone right here because this phone goes with me wherever I go, even if the stupid thing doesn't work where I'm at. It doesn't work in Mexico. It doesn't work in Dominican Republic. Ask me how I know. But anyway, but the camera works. So
It doesn't work in the
this stupid phone don't. I doesn't work, and I really don't care. I just want the camera. It's an 8 megapixel camera. It's actually better than what's on my iPad. Well, I don't know. I still don't even know how to use this stupid thing. But the point that I'm making is this, and I'm on a roll. So those of you that stayed, the nuggets are about to come, and these sons of bitches are platinum. All right. Listen to me. If you make a video, it could be a video about anything. People do business with people they know, like, and trust.
Yes.
Write that down. That's a writer downer. People do business with those that they know, like, and trust. I had a guy email me today. He said, well, who's Tony? I said, Tony's the guy that's going to change your life if you let him do it. He's
Tony,
going to help you change your life if you let him do it.
Tony, speaking of that, that's
Mhm.
perfect because it leads into one of the questions somebody posted earlier. Somebody posted that they wanted to know that how should they approach their leads? How should they approach their subscribers? For example, let's just use the name Dave. Okay, if Dave is new, he's a new marketer. Okay, and he's built this list. Okay, how should he approach his leads? Should he approach his leads as Dave, or should he approach his leads as Vic? Should he focus on Vic? For example, I think he's talking about even the profile. Should he use Vic's profile or should he use his own? Because if you don't put your own in there, it's going to default to Vic. My answer to that question is you should use both. We talked about this earlier. Use both. When you're approaching your leads, say Dave and Vic or Vic and Dave. You always want to do it that way. In fact, even here's another tip, okay? If you decide to use, don't put in your profile in the back office when you're making your BIM profile, it's going to default to Vic, so that's cool. But I know that 99% of us are putting in our own profiles, so, meet your sponsor, we're putting in our own. That's cool. But what I would do, is use yourself, your family, you put your family's pictures, whatever, but I would mention Vic in there somewhere. I mean, I'm just telling you what I would do. I would mention Vic in there somewhere. Vic is your mentor. Vic is the guy that brought you aboard. So to answer that question about how should you approach your leads, should I approach my leads with just me or no, and until, in fact, I'll say it this way, Tony, think about joint ventures. When you do a joint venture with the guru and you're really using the guru's list. Well, so you're using the guru's credibility. So it's going to be Joe Guru and you. It's not just you. Those subscribers don't know you. There's a lot of people around the world that know Vic. Okay, yeah. So use him. He's telling you to use him. So anyway, I get all hyper. To answer the question, okay, approach your leads use a team approach to approach your leads. The team is, here's the team. The team is BIM. You and Vic, you and the team, you and Vic. So that's the answer to that question. So we got two of them out of the way, Tony. Okay.
We're gonna get them all out of the way. We're gonna answer them all.
So okay. So let's go to a third one here.
I mean, unless you want my take on that, I mean, it's up to you.
No. Forgive me, bro. I'm trying to move on to questions, and I don't want to do it that way. I want your take on this, and I'm sure they want your take. So go ahead, bro.
Well, the thing is, like, on if you would understand, if the folks that are watching, and I hope there's more than just one person, and if not, we're having a great time by ourselves. But if you would understand the power that you have behind being able to say that your mentor, okay, made 1.2 something million in 90 days, that has so much power, because even though that person, I'm sure, knows they're not going to be able to, say, reach out and touch Vic, they're going to be able to reach out and touch you, because you're contacting that person and you're saying, I and Vic are going to help you. But you're the one emailing them, and you're the one that's giving them the value and some additional information and all the other things that they're getting from the team, which is a big idea. But at the end of the day, they want to know who you are, because at the end of the day, when they click on that link, it's going to say such and such. I don't know if you use a company name, we do, but if it's a company name, such and such, and their ID name is such and such, that is you. That is you. And that is who they're going to join. They're going to join you and our family. So you want to put something on there, because they want to know who you are. And you also, like Miles said, if you want to say that, talk a little bit about yourself, and then how you found Vic and how you are learning from the master himself. Is like they say in Christianity, that you go to the master's feet. Well, that's what I believe anyway, but you go to the master's feet. When I pray, I go boldly to the throne, and I go to the master's feet. And why am I doing that? Because that's just the way it is. All right. So in this, if you can, and I don't like to use that as sort of like the same way, but if you could sort of look at it that way and say that you have a master in marketing who is your homie. I mean, this is your dude. He's teaching you. And for those of you who are diamond, who are going to Hawaii, I know my ass is going to be there. I know my wife's going to be there. I know Miles is going to be there. His wife is going to be there. Do you see how serious we take our business? If I were to tell you how much this freaking trip is costing me, I'm telling you, you would be like, this dude is nuts. I am nuts. I am nuts about learning. I am nuts about getting myself around people that are going or are where I want to go. See, I was there before, and I lost it all.
Yes.
And I want to get it all back. See, and I want to take people with me that could, man, if you could just get the basics down. That's what Miles and I are talking about. We are talking about the basics. If you do not have the basics, you do not start a meal. Miles' wife is sitting there. You can't see her, but she is sitting there, and I'm sure she's nodding her head. You cannot start to cook before you open the package. If you
my wife is a great cook.
Yeah, and she's a great cook. She's Latina, of course. She's Latina, of course. But my point is that we were talking about this earlier, Miles, that people buy this information, this education. You guys can see it right behind me, all these shelves full of that. Look at that. That's all shelves full of stuff, and I guarantee you.
I have a ton of books, too, but the way I'm sitting, you can't see them. Plus,
right.
They're my secret anyway. No, just
yeah.
They're on the side.
But you guys, I hope you guys understand. Seriously, use someone else's story. I mean, use someone else's success until you have your own, and then you can mingle yours along with Vic's, along with Miles, along whoever your team, leader is. Well, I don't know, whatever you guys call it. But the person who brought you, your person that you brought you in, your sponsor, I don't like to even use that.
Well, my wife is going to bed, guys, so she's saying that. Why don't you say goodnight, sweetheart, to the people out there?
Good night, everybody. Hi.
Good night. She's the good cook. That's the good cook right there.
All right. Happy birthday.
Thank you. But you guys, that's the thing. That's the point that we were trying to make. You guys, if you have the power behind someone that that you can look at and say, well, look, I'm learning from this guy. I would much rather try to learn from somebody who is learning from a guy like Vic than go and try to learn from somebody like we had today in our Facebook group that's saying, hey, I had 19 people join me, and all he wants you to do is give him your money, and he's bye bye. He's never going to see.
There's,
You know,
there's none of that.
you know what I'm saying? There's none of that here. You really are going to get, if it's to be given, you're going to get it. Now, obviously, some people say, oh, but why can't I get, what you're learning in Diamond for the $25 level? Are you stupid for real? Seriously? That doesn't work like that anywhere in life. Okay? People's knowledge is worth something. As a
Right.
matter of fact, we should probably start charging for these. Probably start charging for these hangouts. As a matter of fact, next week we're going to put a little PayPal checkout at the bottom. No, I'm just kidding. But the point is, you're getting this.
Like David Wood says, get your credit cards out.
Get your credit cards out. I know that you feel them right now floating in your pocket. No, but the point is, guys, please don't misunderstand what we're telling you as bullcrap. I hope you understand that what we're telling you is of value. You really are getting the nuts and the bolts before you get the finished product. You're not going to get the finished product. We could tell you right now, go here, 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 and put this ad, write it this way, go this way, do it that way. It's not going to be you.
Yep.
You might get a sale or two, but when the rubber meets the road, you're going to be the guy that your team is talking about because you don't know what the hell you're doing. And we're trying to help you to learn that first. And then the money will come.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
And Tony, you know what? Speaking of that, I have a question because I do like to analyze things, and this is just like a hypothetical question I'm throwing out there. I want to know. People are always asking me questions. I'm going to ask you guys a question, and then after we're done with this Google Hangout, maybe you can hit me up on Facebook and answer me. Okay? Here's my question: why can I take two people, maybe even two identical twins? Okay, two twins. And I will give them the same strategies. I'll give twin A. Okay. In fact, we're going to lead into solo ads because there was a question about this. So I'm going to talk about solo ads. Everybody's favorite subject. Why can I give twin A a solo ad strategy, and then I give twin B a solo ad strategy? Same strategies. Everything is the same. Okay. Why is it that twin A gets fantastic results and twin B fails miserably with that strategy? Why is that? I mean, I want somebody to tell me that, okay, after the hangout, just post it out there. But you know what? I'm going to tell you what I think, but I want to hear your take on it. You guys can chime in right now, so tell me later. What I really think it is, and you may think this is a bunch of bull. I don't know. It goes back to the beginning of this hangout. It has to do with mindset. And I know you keep hearing it's turning into a buzzword. No, it's not a buzzword. It's your mindset. And this is what I mean, okay? Someone asked me, and Tony's going to answer this question too. Someone asked me, Miles, can you answer this question? Can you tell us what you did from the beginning? Like, in other words, they know I've had, quote, some success. So the question is, Miles, can you tell us what you did, what strategies you used? What was your strategy to get to where you are so quickly? What did you do in the beginning? That's what they want to know. Well, I'll tell you what I did, okay? Very transparent. I'll tell you what I did. One of the main strategies I used, okay, and I don't suggest everybody use this. I used this strategy because it resonated with me, okay? Vic introduced me to a program called High Traffic Academy. And within High Traffic Academy, there's 8 modules, okay? And I picked one of those strategies that kind of resonated with me. It's called email media buying, solo ads, okay? And here's the thing, and I think most people listening out there know this. The way I attacked solo ads was a little differently from the way some other people do it. And there's a lot of trial and error. There's a lot of testing you need to do. And there's a lot of tweaking you need to do. to summarize, the way I did it is I asked my vendor, whoever I wanted to hire to rent their list, which is what you're doing with solo ads, I asked them a series of questions, which I know all of you have done that, and I know all of you know to do that. But you need to get your answers to those questions. If you have 10 questions, okay, you need to get them to answer at least 7 or 8. If they can't answer the questions you ask them, and you're not comfortable with what they answer, or for some reason they don't know the answer, move on to another vendor. I don't care if you got to go through 10, 20 vendors. I don't care. Do what you have to do. Okay. And as far as the saturation with the vendors, that's not true. I know Safe Swaps has gotten saturated. I know that you guys are looking at most of the same list, but here's what I will say. There are thousands of solo ad vendors out there, ones that you've never heard of, I've never heard of, with great lists. So what's your job as a marketer? Your job is to find them. And where's the best place to find them? Well, you know, there's this real secretive website that I don't know if I should share with you guys. I was thinking about sharing it, but I'm going to share it, Tony. What the heck? I wasn't going to share this website with them, but you know, where you can find all these vendors, but I'm going to go ahead and share it. Guys, it's called Google. Now, with Google, okay, you can find anything. I'm just being smart, guys. You can find anything you're looking for, and that's how you do it, guys. And what you want to do, just real quick, my strategy for being successful with solo ads. Yes, I do the testing. Yes, I ask the questions. Yes, I test small. I buy a small number of clicks and scale up. But even more so than that, the most important thing you want to do with these solo ad vendors is build a relationship. In fact, I would suggest, instead of buying clicks right away, okay, get on their list and see what they're sending. Especially the ones that won't use your swipe copy, won't use your email copy. They want to write their own swipes. That's cool. I prefer to use my own swipes. You really should do that, but some won't let you. Just get on their list. Opt in before you purchase. You know, I know we all want to make money yesterday, but take your time. You can use another strategy while you're feeling out solo ad vendors. So what I do is, you want to build a relationship with them. Okay, you want to build a long-term. You want to tell them you want to build a long-term relationship with them. And one of the main things you can do, now, I know not everybody can do this because most of the slots are taken, but that's where when you go on Google and start researching, find vendors that nobody has tapped into, at least nobody from BIM. And the best thing to do, okay, here it is, folks. You wanted to know how I've been so successful with solo ads, what separates me from the pack a little bit, and you guys can do it too. When I develop a relationship with a vendor, the first thing I ask them, now many times they say no, but you got to keep looking if the slots are filled. I look for exclusivity. I look for an exclusive list, okay? I'm looking for an exclusive right to a list. And what I mean by that is, I have a vendor right now, I'm not going to mention his name, that he has a list, okay, of 30,000 subscribers that he replenishes every day. Now, I was fortunate enough to be there at the right time, and I asked him, I said, hey, okay, I said, hey, blank, listen, I'd like to get exclusive rights to one of your lists, because you may not know this, but solo ad vendors, they just don't have one list. They have many lists. Maybe they won't tell you that, but they have many lists, okay? So I was able to get exclusive rights to one of his lists, and this is what that means. This list, he's going to advertise other products to that list. That's cool. He's going to advertise Joe Blow's product to that list. But as far as the product I'm promoting, BIM, with this list I have, no other BIM members can promote BIM to that list. Now, isn't that fantastic, guys? That's like I have my own list. I have exclusive rights to that list. And my mailing is on automatic. It's automated. So every month on a certain day, he sends out my swipe, my ad to his list every single month. Yeah, it's a little more expensive than just a regular solo ad buy, but you know what? It's worth it. So now you're wondering, well, man, all of the slots are probably taken up. I mean, how do we find somebody like that where I can ask for exclusive rights to his list? Well, you can do it. You have to do some research. You have to research, look search on Google. Guys, all I'm trying to say is they're out there. There are vendors you've never heard of, and nobody else has ever heard of, and they have a fantastic list that you can use. Again, I'll say it again. Your job as a marketer is to find them. And if you're having trouble with that, and this is for people on my team especially, hit me up and we can walk through it together, and I can show you some avenues or maybe some techniques for finding these solo adventures. That's golden. What I just told you there, folks, that's golden. That little strategy is why Shakir Hussein, I'll mention him again, Shakir Hussein.
I was just going to say that, here you are sitting, and I have this thing muted out. You probably didn't hear half the things I said, but I'm like nodding my head as he's talking about the 4.5 to 6 hours that Shakir went over in the 15K formula. And then this man sitting right here goes diamond. Now he has access to the HTA, unless he bought it prior, but he probably got it. You get it along. And, you guys, so you guys don't think that this man is blowing smoke up your ass, which I know for sure he's not, because I'm actually sitting here looking at what he is talking about. So for those of you that want a sneak peek, and it's just going to be a sneak peek, okay? I'm going to go so fast to this, and if you want to see it, you got to become a diamond. Here you go. I'm going to do it really fast, and you're going to see what he's talking about. This is exactly what this young man is talking about. I'm going to do it real fast, and I'm going to take it away. You see this? Look at this. This is what he's talking about. And I'm going to tell you, even go further yet, I'm going to show you where he is talking about. If you go down here, see if you see it. Do you see it? Oh, my God. Did you see it? Okay, I hope you did, because I'm going to take it away. You have to become a diamond. You saw it on there, right? You have to become a diamond to understand more, because even if he were to do this with those of you that are on, say, the first 2 levels, it's going to be totally against the grain, because you know what's going to happen if you're not a diamond and he teaches you this strategy that he's using. I guarantee you I'm going to be talking to Miles about this, so just so you know. But anyway, if he were to teach you this and you're only at the first 2 levels, you're doing yourself a disservice. Most of you that are watching this video, this guy is not going to get paid. And 98% of the time, that guy is not going to get paid. He's probably, we don't know how many people are going to see this video. I'm going to blast it out to my list. He's going to blast it out to his list tomorrow. We're going to do that. We'll probably set it tonight before we go to bed, because we work late. And it'll go off tomorrow morning, early in the morning while we're sleeping. And the people that are watching, probably a majority of them, we're not going to get paid from. Do you understand what we're trying to do here for you? We're trying to help you understand the value of numbers. And this is also referring back to the 15K formula. You'll understand what I'm talking about when you know your number. Shakir Hussein touched on that too in the first video, I believe, right, Miles? Yeah, the first video. Shakir Hussein went in deep length.
At the beginning of his video,
Yeah.
why did he cover, you need to know your customer lifetime? Now listen, guys.
Yeah.
The platinum and diamond guys, I have no mercy on you. You know why? Because you have access to the 15K, the platinum and diamonds. What I'm going to say right here, you guys should know. You should know your customer lifetime value. You should know your cost per lead. You should know exactly what I'm talking about. And even if you don't have any sales at all, okay, you can still determine that to a point, especially if you have one sale. You can determine that to a point. Go ahead, Tony.
I muted myself out. I was having an awesome conversation. You just missed what I said. But anyway, but the thing is, guys, this is what we're trying to say. And this is why those of you that are still here, you guys are badass. You really are, because you just said to yourself, you know what? I don't give a crap if these guys go on for another hour. If they're sharing these kind of nuggets, I want them. We're not just giving you the shovel. We're telling you where to go and dig. You got the shovel, you got the excavator, you got the labor, and we're telling you where to go and dig. Now, you have to go dig, because I'm lazy by nature, and I ain't going to dig for you. So my point is this. What he just told you, I just showed you, and I verified exactly what he said. He didn't say the name, and if you were lucky enough to catch it, it was towards the bottom of the list that I showed you. Okay? How do I have access to that? Because I put my money where my mouth is, and I became diamond, and I'm going to Hawaii, and I'm doing what it takes. And am I bragging? Absolutely not. Because if I were to tell you some personal things, you'll know that I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. And I have no, maybe I do, I don't know who's watching this video, but I have no horse in this race as we're talking right now. Because the people that are watching right now that is not recorded, they're already diamond. They're already in. So they know, and they're probably shaking their head saying what he's saying is true. And if we had a thing at the bottom of this page, which we don't, or if we had a way for you to say something, those people would come out and say what Miles and Tony are saying are 195,000,000% true. You're right, Miles. You hit the nail right on the head. Bam!
It's the truth, and we're just trying to spread the gospel. And there's a question here for Tony, and I'm going to just say one thing, and then we're going to go on to it. Tony, somebody has a question for you. I'm going to let you know what it is in a minute, bro. But what I would tell you guys, just back to the solo ads, and you know what? Yeah, guys, guess what? I keep talking about solo ads. Why do I talk about them? Because that's one of my main strategies. It's not the only one. I have 2 other strategies that I use. I don't use all 8 at one time, and I recommend you don't do that. I was just telling a team member last night. My suggestion, let me preface, my suggestion, pick 1 or 2 strategies and master them. Preferably 1, but pick 1 or 2, master them, automate them, and then move on. Don't try to do all of Vic's strategies at the same time. But you need to go through them to decide which one you want to use. So back to the solo ads. As I said, my challenge to you, to all of you that want to use solo ads, find a vendor that can give you exclusive rights to one of his lists. Now you say, well, how do I find that vendor? Where do I look? Well, again, do the research. Go to Google and look for solo ad vendors, and I guarantee there's thousands of them out there. Forget about safe swaps. Forget about the DOE. Okay, forget about Florin Reed. I can't remember his name now. He's a friend of mine. You know, his solo ads. Forget all that crap. There are other vendors that are not on that list. Okay, and here's one little other technique that Shaq uses that I'm going to tell you about that I use too. This one is really badass. And then I'm gonna let Tony answer a question that somebody had. Here's the deal. Now, I got to tell you something, guys. I got to be honest with you. Some of the best strategies out there. Look, this is how life is. This is real life. Some of the best strategies out there take more work. Sorry, that's just how it is. Some of the best strategies take more work. Now, this one does take work, but if you can nail this one down, I'm not exaggerating here, guys. If you can, now you better get your notepads ready, okay? Get your ears perked up. This has to do with solo ads. If you can nail this one, you can print money. And I'll tell you what, I have this strategy set up. I haven't actually used it yet, but I'm not worried because I know when I start using it and I hit the right list, because I'm in the testing phase. When I hit the right list, I'm going to be printing money. Don't you like the sound of that, printing money? What this strategy is, this is called e-zines, looking for e-zines, electronic magazines, which what I'm talking about is, I'm talking about a list of subscribers like a solo ad vendor, but a little bit different. And real quickly, how do you find these e-zines? Here we go again. 15K formula, video number 7. This is how you do it in a nutshell. You go to Google. Again, okay, and you look, whatever your niche is, like ours is make money online. You look for websites that are directed towards people looking to make money online, or maybe not even money online. Self-development, personal development. There are millions of websites out there geared towards this mass market product. So what you do is you look for those websites and you make sure the website has an opt-in box. Okay, because if the website has an opt-in box, you're golden. That's first step. Because what does that mean? That means that the owner of that website has a subscriber list. Maybe 50,000 people, maybe 100,000 people. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to get in touch with that website owner and you want to ask them. Well, you don't want to come out and ask them right away. It's all about relationships. This is how I do it real quick, and then we're going to move on. I say to them, hi, you know, I tell you, I'm looking at your website here, And I just got to tell you, it's a fantastic website. I love what you've done. The content is just really blows me away. You compliment them, okay, and you build up a relationship. And then somewhere in the conversation, you say, hey, listen, I have this product that I think I think would be perfect for your list. I think your subscribers would really, really benefit from it, okay? That's how you break the ice. And you say to them, listen, could I purchase a solo from you? And most of those website owners, they'll know exactly what you're talking about. If they don't know, maybe some don't, just explain it to them. You would like to rent their list. Now think about this, guys. Nobody else in BIM knows about that. What are the chances? Nobody knows about that list. Nobody knows about that website. You are going to be the only one promoting your product, your offer to that website. And there's hundreds of them. In fact, I'm going to give you a little nugget here that most people wouldn't tell you. I'm not going to tell you the rest. I'm just going to tell you the beginning. There's a website called Erica's Blank. She's an entrepreneur. Now, maybe you guys might know what I'm talking about, okay? In fact, you can find the rest of that name if you go to the video number 7. But Erica has this website. She's an entrepreneur, and she has a subscriber base, okay? I'm in the process of trying to reach her. If one of you guys beat me to it, good luck. I really don't care. There's hundreds of other websites out there. But Erica has a list of subscribers, I don't know how many, maybe 100,000, people that have opted in. Ask her if you can send the solo. Of course, it's going to cost you. Nothing's free. But you guys decide up on a price, you negotiate, and then send your BIM offer to her list. How many other BIM people are sending their offer to her list? None. Probably a lot now because I mentioned it. So what? Find another one and find another. And like I said, that takes some research, but that's one of the other strategies I use. That one takes more work than just finding a solo vendor, but you can make a lot more money using that technique. It's the email media technique using websites. Okay, so there you go, guys. Those are the 2 solo ad strategies I use. Solo ad vendors and solo ad website e-zines. Golden. And look for an exclusive list. Boom. Nobody else can promote. You have no competition with the other 5,000 BIM members. So let's move on to the question that someone out there had for Tony. Are you ready, bro?
Yeah, as long as they don't ask me anything personal, sure, why not? Go for it, dude.
No, it might be a little personal here. Okay.
I reserve the right to say no.
All right. Well, here's a question, bro, and I think this is a pretty good one. This person wants. Well, let me preface. This person has built a pretty substantial list. Okay, they have a subscriber list. You know,
Okay.
people that have opted in, and they built a decent sized list. And according to what they shared with me, they're saying that their list, okay, is a list of quality leads. I don't know where these leads came from.
Okay.
I don't know if they came from the big 4, UK, US, Australia, Canada. I don't know, and I also don't know how they generated these leads, what techniques they use. That's kind of irrelevant. They know, but they want to know. In spite of the fact that they have a list of quality leads, why is it that they have not been able to generate any sales? You know, in spite of the fact that they have a list of quality leads, why is it that they haven't generated any sales? And I'm sorry, bro, to lay that on you, but that can be kind of a tough question. But if you can answer it, Tony, or just do the best you can to try to dissect that and answer.
Well, the answer is, I think I know where this person is going. See, that the thing is that many times, like I like doing email, okay, and I do it in a way where it's really different than what most people do. I'm not looking for the sale, quote unquote, the sale. A lot of people, what they do is they'll market to that person. That person will get on their list, and then that's it. See, when you reach out to someone Like I said earlier, somebody replied back to my email and said, "Who's Tony?" And then I was just being myself, wrote back what I told you I said. And when I said that, I was serious. I really said that. Do you understand that I really don't care if that person joins my team? I really don't. Because you see, I'm looking for diamonds. That's where I'm at right now. I'm looking for diamonds. I'm not only looking for somebody to say, look, I see it, I'm all in, but I'm also looking for diamonds that with a little bit of polishing, you just send them off on their own and they're going to build the business. And because of what you instilled in that person.
Let me preface that for the basic members out there. We're not knocking you guys. When
No, 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 no.
talking about diamonds, Tony, I can guarantee you, Tony's talking about diamonds in your mind.
Yes.
You may not be a diamond yet. You may be a gold member. Because many people have told me, Miles, I'm at the silver level, I'm at the gold level, but I'm a diamond in my mind. Those are the type of people we're talking about.
Yes, yes. So if you have a list, okay, and I also have, I think I know what this person is referring to because I may have turned them on to that source, quote unquote source. You see, the thing is that when you contact someone, okay, and that someone at one time may have raised their hand and said, hey, I would like to, okay, get some more information or whatever, how you approach that person on your initial email, like what Miles said, if you don't have the right subject, if that person doesn't open your email and feel compelled to take the next step, and that might be to go see a free video, that might a free video where they don't have to opt in, and then maybe click a banner that takes them maybe to your landing page. So you compel them in the beginning, they take to your landing page. I would show you my list today. I had quite a few people log into my list today, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, because I'm not here to brag. I'm not here to boast. I'm just here to impress. I'm not even here to impress you because I really don't care.
Man, Tony, I'm sorry. I'm being rude. I have to interrupt. I have to. Because, man, you were, both of us, yeah, we can give ourselves a pat on the back. You're just sharing some nuggets, brother. And
Yeah.
I got these ideas flying through my head. I could be here all night. Guys,
Yeah.
so Tony is sharing some fantastic nuggets.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry, I just had to interrupt. I hope I didn't make you lose your train of thought. Go ahead, Tony.
It's kind of easy to do that. But anyway, no, I'm just kidding. The thing is that when you have a list, if you go out and buy a list, I've bought lists that were $15 a list, multiplied by 1,000, and the minimum was 1,000, and I had to buy $15 per lead. Supposedly, somebody called them, and supposedly somebody told them that I'll be calling them. And then when my assistant called them, they're like, "What the hell are you talking about? Nobody ever called me." So I've been through all the gamuts, and in my opinion, this is just Tony's opinion. A lead is a lead is a lead until that person raises their hand and say, hey, listen, I really want to know what it is that you're talking about. I'm going to leave you in a little secret. And maybe I'm putting too much out there, but that's okay because I put this together for people that come in at the top levels. And it's just like anything else. It's just like anything else. We're not going to leave everything out of the bag because people pay to learn even what we told you already. I mean, I could stop right here and I've told you enough. Really. I could stop right here and I've told you enough. You see, the thing is, it doesn't matter how many leads you have. You could have a huge list of so-called qualified leads. I had a huge list of so-called qualified leads at $15 per lead. I did that for 13 months. 13 months, $15 per lead times 1,000. That was the bare minimum that I was committed by contract to buy. Do the math. I'm not good at math. I don't need to be. I have an account for that. But the point that I'm trying to make is that when you have the lead, the number one thing you need to do is how are you approaching that lead? Okay? Like Miles said, if you have a shitty subject line and your email doesn't open because you decided not to go to the 15K formula and watch the video that teaches you how to write a compelling ad,
Right.
or
Guys, Tony's talking about after they go through the funnel because I hear you guys are speaking now.
Yeah.
Vic's funnel is excellent. It converts. But what
Absolutely.
we're saying is Maybe
after the fact.
those people weren't ready yet.
Oh my God, you just told me something. You know what, Vic? Oh man, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. Guys, if you are in the Idea Mastermind, there is something that's going to be happening, which is really cool, that you're going to so much want to give Vic a kiss. And I don't think he goes that way, but the guys are going to want to hug and give Vic a huge hug. And I know I'm probably going
I
to in
gave him a
Hawaii.
hug in Chicago. He looked at me like,
Like,
I
what?
gave him a,
Yeah,
I
that's
gave him
not
a,
him.
I gave him a bear hug.
Yeah, but I mean, I told him I owe him one. I'm going to give that to him in Hawaii. But the thing is, to answer your question, and I like these cliffhangers because I leaves that person that asked the question, leaves them, what the hell, the guy never answered my question. But I really did. See, when you have a list, that list, if you just took that list and left it sit right where it's at and did absolutely nothing with it, that's all you have. You just have a list. You have to be able to contact that person and then bring that person off of just the list and bring them onto, say, another more um
Personal?
yeah, like more of a list that you're focusing on. You have this thing going on over here, like I have a mailer that just goes off, and then what I'm doing is I take those people and I bring them onto a list that I contact. Okay? And then what I do when they get to this particular point, then I contact them again using another form of not which has nothing to do with email. So it's using another form of contact, and then once I have and I start narrowing down the list, then I narrow it down again. I use another form of contact. You see what I'm doing? Because if this person didn't get it over here, most people don't get their emails. They'll probably get this that I'm doing here, or they'll probably get this that I'm doing here. They'll most certainly get this that I'm doing over here. I'm not going to reveal everything because that's my forte. I'm not gonna blow smoke up your ass. That's
Absolutely.
really, that is that's something that I teach in my group, that if they decide to go the email route, this is how you contact them and this is what works, because somebody who taught it to me is a five-figure earner and I had to pay him and I'm still paying him. I'm
Yeah.
still paying him $125. No, it went up. I don't have to pay because I'm a founding member. I'm paying 75 a month, but anybody else that wanted to come in is $250 a month, and he's not taking anybody else in. But so I had to pay to learn this, and I am actually teaching this. I'm actually doing this right now. I'm actually putting something together, a curriculum, I guess if you want to call it. I don't know. It's just something that I'm going to put together, a couple of videos, which I have some of the videos done already, and I'm going to show you the people that learn this. I want to learn this. I'm going to show you the different ways to contact people. And if you see in anything, if you read any man, the book escapes me. I have it on my shelf back here. What's the guy's name? He's an expert marketer. He's on the. If you guys listen to the audio of, man, what's the guy's name? He's an expert marketer. I'm not talking. Anyway, the guys. If I remember,
It'll
I'll
come to you.
yeah, it'll come to me. But he's an expert marketer, and anybody who knows marketing would understand what I'm about ready to tell you. And if you don't know marketing, understand this as quickly as you can. You have to touch on marketing when it comes to marketing, and it was like this in real estate too, Miles. Um, you have to touch these people, what we call drip campaigns. In other words, you sent them.
Of course.
Yeah, you have to do a drip campaign. This is golden. If you guys, whoever stayed on this long, you guys are getting the goodies right now. You have to touch these people more than one time. You just can't send one email and expect that that person is going to respond. I'm telling you for a fact, I am on a list that I had since January of 2012. That's last 2 years ago, right, Miles? What year are we in? 2013. So
We're in,
January of 2012, I'm actually going back to that list and I'm emailing them again. And I do that twice a year. I do that. I'll send an email. I take them off of that list. I direct them now to Vic's funnel. I'm not telling you nothing that's not true. I'm sending them directly to a video. Okay, I'll give you this one. I'll give you this one. The video, many of you saw it. And the video is very compelling. All I did was no opt-in, no nothing. Go check out this video. I'm still floored. And Miles, we're diamonds, so we get the emails that we get in the back. I just took what Vic already gave me. I tweaked it for my personality, the weird way that I am, and I made it weird like I am. And I just said to them, hey, man, go check this out. I'm still floored. And when you get done watching it, come over here and help me up because I'm still on the floor. I did something crazy, stupid like that. And you'd be surprised how many people will laugh at my email. They'll click on that link, okay, because I'm being stupid. I'm being me. Maybe some people get offended. I had one guy to go tell me that. And that's cool. That's cool.
It's all
He,
good.
hey, listen, if you unsubscribe, guess what? When I go to take a shower tonight, I'm going to take me a nice warm shower. I'm going to lay in my air conditioned bed. My bed is air conditioned. I'm going to lay in my air conditioned bed and I'm going to go night night. And guess what? The guy that told me to bafangula, I'm not going to think about that guy. So that's the key. That's the key. So that's how I do it. I know it's a long answer, but whoever asked that question, I really pray that I answered your question. I don't care how big your list is. And I don't care what, because I've paid thousands of dollars a month for leads, and I still have those leads. And guess what? Not one of them, not one of them, not one bought. But there's a guy on my team. If you met him, Lavelle. Yeah, you met him. You met Lavelle. He was someone that I contacted last year, and then I contacted him like I said I do. I sent him an email again. And then I sent him the second format of the way I contact people. Then I sent him the third format of the way I contact people. And when he saw me, when he and I we met up, and then we spent the whole weekend in Chicago together, he says, Tony, it's crazy how I just liked you immediately. I liked you immediately, but then I followed you, and then I watched you, and then I saw you were real. And I saw that you were just a man like me, and you put your pants on just the way I do, and I liked you. Even the way you are, and you come right out and tell somebody that, hey, listen, if I offended, I told him this on the phone. I say, hey, listen, if I offended you, I don't apologize. You'll get over it.
Oh,
And if you,
sure.
that's exactly what I said to him. And he actually told me this while we were sitting at the Big Fat Greek restaurant. You probably ate there at the Big Fat Greek restaurant in Chicago, Illinois. We were sitting there, and he said, Tony, you know what? Uh, I wasn't going to join until you did. You were just yourself. You told me, and listen to me. What I'm about ready to say, I'm not bragging. I'm not being brag. I'm not bragging. I am not trying to impress you. I really don't care what you think about me. The point that I'm trying to make here is that because I was real and because I was transparent, this guy came in at diamond level.
You know,
And
Tony,
he,
that's the secret, and there is no secret. You know what
there
the
is no secret.
secret is? Here's the big secret that some successful people, are sharing. The secret is there is no secret, and that's what I was talking about earlier with the videos.
Yeah.
Do not go and have somebody make a video for you. This static commercial video. People want to get to know people. People want to get to know you. In fact, I'm looking at one of my cards here on my desk because I have little notes and I have little 3x5 cards I read every day.
Mm-hmm.
People join people. People that are, here's the thing, people that are joining BIM, they're not joining BIM really.
Mm-mm.
They're joining a group of people. Am I right, Tony? People join people.
That's true. That's the thing. I'm reaching over for my cards because you just mentioned about the. See, um, there. This is something, and I'm glad you said something about this. And you know what? And you see, those of you that are watching this right now, you are seeing transparency at its best. You are able to say Miles is a bullshitter, Tony is a bullshitter, but what Miles just said, bam, I do the same thing.
Where's mine?
Hello, look at that card, kids. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that.
We're getting down and dirty here.
Hey, you want to know?
you,
Boom.
you want to
There
see
you
these
go.
cards, people that I look at this stuff every day.
Every day.
What does that say, Tony? That says
Like-minded.
3 sales a day.
Yeah.
3 sales a day is one of my goals, people.
Yeah. Ask and you shall receive right there. See that? Ask and you shall receive.
Beautiful.
Okay. And then I put in here things about my kids and my grandbabies. And one time I parented my daughter, and then one time I was able to bless my mom. I'll show you this real quick because the number is big. But one time I was able to bless my mom and pay off some debts that she had, and I get really emotional about this because, travel to Mexico, spent 30 days there. These are just things that people forget. And I'm going to give you another nugget. I know the guy that I'm answering his question. I did answer your question. I did answer your question. Don't look at something. I'm going to answer your question, then I'm going to say this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to answer your question in the middle. I'll answer your question later. I want to tell you this. This is a cliffhanger, Miles. But if you're seeing marketing at its best right now, you're actually being able, and we're not charging you for this. What I would say to you, do exactly what Miles did, and I just proved to you that I do the same thing here in my cards. You notice I put them right over there because I got a lot of crap on my desk, and I just got an iPad, and I've been playing with that stupid thing all day long while I'm still getting paid. But anyway, that's beside the point. Put put your thoughts on paper. The minute that you take out something and you write with it, you send it from here, and it goes up your vein down the middle of your hand. There's actually, yeah.
Don't type it. Don't type it.
Write it.
Computer.
Write it. I get goosebumps.
Don't type it in your iPhone.
Yeah.
Write it down.
I don't know if you can see those goosebumps. I get really big goosebumps. Anybody, that's a little secret. If I ever get goosebumps, listen, shut up. Okay? If I get goosebumps, listen, I can't be any more transparent that I'm trying to be with you right now. Get in the habit of writing things down that you've already accomplished. So many people will say, oh, but I'm a loser. No, you're not. There was probably one day where you helped an old lady walk across the street, or an old man walk across the street. You probably saved somebody's life one day when there was a car coming down the street. The person didn't see it. You jumped over and saved. You probably picked up somebody's purse when they dropped it. You probably did something as simple as that. Write it down. Write it down, because when you write it down, it goes up that vein that's in your hand. All of us have this vein that goes right up through here, through your body and into your heart. The minute you go from there, it goes right to your brain, because what the mind can conceive and believe, it will achieve. So I'm telling you, write it down, because when your intentions are written, it will come out. As soon as you write it down, I'm talking about maybe some of the things, the trials and tribulations that you've gone through in your life, like what I spoke about earlier, that is somewhere on these cards. And I read these cards on a daily basis. I read them every day, because I want to know that if I ask, I shall receive. And then I go and I verify it. I don't know, Miles, I might offend some people here, but like I said, if I offend you, I don't apologize. You'll get over it. Then I go in and I pull this out to verify that what I'm saying, this is the Holy Scriptures. Okay? So what I'm trying to tell you, and I'm being very transparent here, I hope that I answer your question. People don't care that you have their name. They don't give a shit that you have their telephone number. They don't care that you sent them an email. You know why you ain't got no sales? Because you sent them one email. And you think that person's going to, hell no. I have people that I emailed last January that I'm going through. I think I'm on February now, because I did January last week. No, 3 days ago I did January. So I'm in February. I'm on March now. So it's a small list. I break them down to people that had responded at one time. And then all I'm doing is sending them an email. And I'm being silly in the email. I'm saying, oh my God, you got to see this video. It's a freaking trip. Yeah. Yeah, I'm being real. Say, oh my God, you got to see this video. It is a trip. And I don't care what the video is, but just be yourself. And then don't put an opt-in form there. Just put a little banner at the bottom and say, hey man, I got some additional information. If you want to see it, click here. Now that is a nugget and a half. And I ain't saying no more, because if I keep talking, I'm going to give all my nuggets away, and then my team's going to be mad. But that's, to answer your question, the guy that I know where he was going with that. I got all these leads and I didn't get any sales. Well, number one, I don't know who you are, and it's irrelevant. Number two, there's more than just sending out one email. You must get into reading those books, like what Miles said. Get those books, because words that sell, phrases that sell, and scientific advertising, I'm telling you, it's so important. 15K formula, those videos that we told you about. Once you start to understand and learn that, you'll understand the science behind marketing, and you're going to become such an amazing, that the people that are making money now, they're going to look back, where the hell did this guy come from? Like Vic did. Look what happened with Vic. Vic came on a December, right, Miles? Yeah. It was a December before Christmas, and Vic came out of nowhere. And he took this whole industry by storm.
And Power Network is still trying to, I mean,
they're still trying to figure it out.
Still shaking their heads.
Yeah, I know exactly how Vic did it. You know why? Because this guy and that guy right there were sitting in the seats watching him do it. right? And we have it available to us in the training that I just showed you. He showed you exactly what he did. My friend, listen, if you are part of the Big Idea Mastermind, listen to me, please. I know I keep saying listen because I'm trying to break state here and I'm trying to get your attention. I really want you to just pay attention for a minute. If you understand what I'm trying to tell you right now, this whole time that you spent on this video that was only supposed to be 59 minutes, which is not too
Double.
okay. You just
59. We're coming to an end.
yeah, we are coming to an end. We might be here another 4 hours. But anyway, the point is that the point that I'm trying to make is that if you are in our organization somewhere, you're still a brother and you're still a sister. You have at your disposal exactly how to do it. Stop asking, what is he doing? What is this person doing? Some clown comes on Facebook and posts, hey, I just did this and I got 45 billion people coming in. I can show you the proof. They'll never show you the proof. Stop looking for the shiny object. You already have the shiny object and it's right in front of your face. Even if you're at the gold level, you still have it's right there. The levels that you're at is irrelevant. Okay? Please understand that. You are still a diamond because the first thing you did was showed up. That makes you a diamond from the very beginning. You showed up. My friend, don't quit because it's like the old analogy said. The guy was out there digging. He was looking for gold and he sold his land. This is a true story, right, Miles? It's a true story. This is a true story. Back in the gold days, gold rush days in California, this guy, I forget his name escapes me, but I read the story like a million times, and I'm embarrassed to say I forget his name, but it's a true story. He moved his whole entire family to California to do this gold rush thing. He was digging and digging and digging. He never found the gold. He sold his land. He sold his land.
What happened the next day? I know what
Yeah, yeah. He sold his land. The guy that bought it the very next day did it the right way. See, like we're telling you to go study, like the scriptures teach, study to show yourself approved, right? Well, I'm telling you to go study so that way when you go do the marketing, you can answer your own question as to why it's not happening. You see what I'm trying to tell you? If you were to study what you have, you would know the answer to that question that you just asked me, even though I answered it for you. And you probably still didn't get it. So that's okay. Rewind the video and watch it again. That guy sold his land. And the very next day, the person that came in behind him was astute and said, wait a minute, I'm learned on this. I know that I have to go get somebody else who is more intelligent than I'm not embarrassed to say, and I'm going to let that person tell me where the gold is. And guess what? The gold was 17, I believe it's 17 inches, Miles. It's just a couple of feet away from where the guy was digging, and this guy made millions and millions and millions. Okay, and it's a true story. So my point is, don't quit on yourself right before you have your breakthrough.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Tony, you know what? I really don't, because I always like to look at the positive side of people, because trust me, the positive side is stronger than anything. I'll give you like an analogy. It's kind of a kooky analogy. We're getting ready to come to a close, folks, but it's a kooky analogy, but it's still an analogy. Think of yourself as going to Atlantic City or Las Vegas, and you're playing a slot machine. You know those people that play all day.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they play for maybe a couple days in a row, no sleep, no shower, on that slot machine, and they're losing money. They're losing money, like a lot of you are losing money because you're putting too much money, which we tell you not to do, too much money into advertising. So they're playing for hours and hours, and then they finally give up. What do you think happens? They get up from that slot machine, okay? They get up, and then the next person that sits down pulls that slot, and all of a sudden, they win. Don't let that happen to you guys. What I'm referring to is hang in there, because as of today, if you didn't get any sales as of yet, tomorrow may be the day. And hopefully with these nuggets we shared with you, you know, things will start to change. Let me just preface, just so you guys know, because I want to keep things clear. What Tony was talking about is after your leads make it through the funnel.
Yes.
After the funnel, because you got to remember something. Vic's videos are great. The BMI funnel was great, but let's face reality. The question was, how come my high quality leads have not purchased. Well, Tony answered it, but it is kind of a hard question to answer because, first of all, there could have been other things that we don't know about. We do know there was a problem with GetResponse. That could be part of it. It could be a spam problem. It could be that where those leads came from. You may think they're high quality. Maybe they're not. I'm not saying they're not. I'm saying maybe. Maybe. There's no guarantee of anything. You don't really, I mean, come on. Do you really know where those leads came from? Even if somebody told you they came from the United States, even if somebody told you they came from the Big Four, I'm assuming they came from the Big Four, but you never know. So you see what I'm getting at. Other than, let's say that everything is equal. There's no technical problems. If those subscribers, all high quality, did not purchase, okay, they opted in, but they did not purchase, maybe, and I'm just saying maybe those subscribers didn't resonate with Vic. It's possible. So
Yeah.
at that point, you can take over, okay? Have them resonate with you. We talked about this. Build your story. Have them get to know you. Create videos. If they could not resonate with Vic, here's your time to shine.
Yeah.
Get them to resonate with you and work on that list, not just for one day. Work on it for months.
Mm-hmm.
And don't be afraid to mail your list, because some people are like, Miles, I don't want to mail my list too often.
Oh my God.
Because if I mail them, they're gonna unsubscribe. Well, guess what? Guess what, guys? Yes, some of them are gonna unsubscribe, but you should be building your list every day. So who cares? And here's the other thing: if you don't mail your list, okay, I'm not saying every day, every other day. There's different cycles we're not going to get into right now. But if you don't mail your list, guess what that means? That means they've already unsubscribed.
Yep.
Because they're not getting nothing from you. So isn't it like they're not there? So if you don't mail your list of 1,000 subscribers, if you do not mail your list often of 1,000 subscribers, that means all 1,000 have unsubscribed.
Technically, yep.
That's what it means technically.
Yeah.
So guys, don't be afraid, mail your list. And if they've been through the funnel, okay, they've been through the BMI funnel, they're technically not going to go through again. So at that point, you need to put your marketing hat on, and you need to take over. So I hope Tony has answered your question. That's all the questions I have for tonight. And
Yeah.
we're just going upon 2 hours here. I don't know about you, Tony, but I think this is just my opinion. Let me preface just my opinion. I think this was a fantastic Google Hangout.
I'll tell you what. I have been on exactly 0 Google Hangouts. This is actually the first one that I've done, and I actually am proud to say that I'm really happy that I did this one with Miles, and him and I are going to be working together. I think I have a feeling that we're going to be working together a lot in the future. Okay, so I'm going to tell you this, something that Miles did, and I wasn't going to do this, but in the master's course, video 32. Video 32, that's the one you want to go to. I'm looking at it right now. I'm not even going to show you because I don't want you guys thinking, what are you doing? On video 32, yes. On video 32, when you get there, and look at his hat. I love his hat. And
Towards the end, and it's kind of late,
Yeah.
so I'm just kind of feeling silly, guys.
yeah, there you go. Right there on video 32, there's a guy on there who is a mega marketer, and he is talking about exactly what Miles just talked about. But that's really what it is. It all boils down to that. In my opinion, this is the first time. I like that. This is the first time that I've done a hangout like this. I've been on many hangouts, and by far, I really believe that this one was the best one. Why? Because Miles was on it, man. Of course.
Thank you, sir.
Miles was on it, man. But we really hope that we gave you some really good, valuable boulders of gold.
I hope so, guys.
Yeah. For those of you that stayed on here with us for the last 59 minutes, wink, wink, if you stayed on here for the last 59 minutes with us, those of you that stayed on the whole time, I really hope that we were a blessing, and we hope to do this again
Oh, yeah.
soon. So, yes, I really appreciate you asking me to come out, Miles.
Well, Tony, listen, I got a little homework assignment for my team, the homework assignment is also for your team and for anybody else that joined in, family member, friends, whoever. Well, you know what? Let me take that back. The people that are not part of BIM, hook up with the BIM member, and you two can watch this together. Now, for my team especially, you guys better do this, okay? Now, some of you may have done it already, but if you haven't, and I'm only telling you something here that's going to help you. I mean, I'm not going to tell you anything that's going to help you. Not going to help you. So what I'd like you to do, guys, what I'd like you to do, and this actually, everybody can do this. Even the $25 basic members of BIM, you have access to this. And for your family and friends that don't have access, have them sit with you and watch. Guys, all I want you to do is I want you to watch a video. I want you to watch a video that Vic has posted in the back office in your success training. Tony's probably already watched it. I've watched it 3 times already, and I was just blown away. In fact, before I go to bed tonight, because I've never heard of this guy, but I love him so much, and I'm hoping to see him live someday. I'm going to watch it again before I go to bed tonight. Okay, what it is, in your back office, go to the success training that Vic has loaded. Okay, the speakers. There's Les Brown. There's Brian Tracy. Jack. There's a bunch of them.
Yes.
The one I want you to listen to is
Oh boy.
I got distracted here. The one I want you to listen to is the 3rd video. If you haven't listened to this video already, shame on you. His name is Ed Foreman, 72-year-old guy.
Yes.
He has a fantastic video out there about how to have a great day every day, how to feel good. Guys, I'm not even going to tell you any more about it. You just need to watch it and then hit me up on Facebook, whatever, and tell me what you thought about that video. You're going to say, Miles, thank you so much. That was a fantastic video. I know some of you have seen it already, but the ones that haven't, and that's just one of them. They're all great. It's the 3rd video. Again, the gentleman's name is Ed Foreman, okay? Watch his video and enjoy it.
Right here, guys.
Hey, there you go.
Right here. Ed Foreman.
Show it to
Yep.
him.
4th video over. Yep. I've seen all these videos already twice, and
What'd you
oh,
think
that's
of
amazing.
He's amazing.
Yeah,
Isn't he?
just I love the way his teaching is. I love the way, the way he goes about portraying what he's trying to share with you. And then there's also the one you really want to watch is Live Full and Die Empty. This one right here is Les Brown. Yes, Les Brown.
Brother
Live
from
Full.
Mother. I met the guy
Yeah.
live. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
And then the thing is, a lot of you that aren't looking at this stuff right here, if you would read this right here, we just got done talking about gold, right? This is your gold mine. Watch these videos and elevate yourself to the top 2% club. I couldn't have said that better myself. What do you think, Miles?
I like that because I have a Facebook group that's called the Big Idea Mastermind 2% Club.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, how did I put that thing on my face? How do you get rid of the stupid thing? I didn't want to put that on.
You click on it again, brother. Just click on it again.
Okay, I definitely didn't want to put that there. I was kidding around. What the heck? Another one showed up.
Click on it again. There you
Oh
go.
my.
Click on it again.
No, I like that one.
Okay.
That makes me look like real serious. And then I got this thing right here, right?
Hey guys, I know some of you out there do have to go, so we're going to be bringing this to a close. Once again, what Tony was showing you, that back office, for those of you listening around the world that do not have access to that and would like to know what we're talking about, join us. Join our mastermind group. Become a member of Big Idea Mastermind. How do you do that? I'll tell you how you do that. Hit Tony up or hit me up. Either one of us, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Hit us up, and we'll tell you how to become a member of this mastermind group and elevate your life to another level.
If somebody else sent you to this video,
Yeah.
if somebody else sent you to this video, then you get back to that person. But if you're here because Vic, if you're here because Miles or I told you to come here, man, get back to us. If somebody else sent you to see this video, get back to that person because that person is going to be able to help you just like we can.
Yes. So with that, guys, we're going to come to a close here, and Well, we just had a great time. And guys, those of you that are in Empower Network, and that's all of you, because if you're a BIM member, you're also a member of Empower Network. You know how David Wood and David Sharp do it. You know that they're known for 4 and 5 hour Google Hangouts. The last one they had with Vic, which I stayed on, and started at 9 o'clock at night, and it ended at 1:30 in the morning.
It was 2.
2.
It went on till 2, yeah, because a lot of people got kicked off. 2
Yeah,
o'clock.
so guys, theirs was 4.5 hours. Ours was only 2. So we hope you got a lot out of it. And again, I just want to thank so much Tony Profit for doing this on his birthday. I want to thank you, brother, for coming on. And hopefully we can have you back. I know I'm going to have you back because I want to have you back, and I'm going to get so many fantastic reviews from this Google Hangout. I know I'm going to. We'll do it again, folks. I plan on doing this every Tuesday night. Don't forget, I shouldn't have to send you a reminder or an email every week. It's going to be every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Let me say it again. It's going to be every Tuesday night, rain or shine, at 8 p.m. We're going to have this Google Hangout, invite people, and we're going to share knowledge and have fun. That's what it's all about. So
make your cash registers go off.
Exactly. So that's all for us tonight. You want to say good night to the folks out there, Tony?
Yeah, man. I appreciate all of you taking the time. I know there's probably 1 or 2 of you that stayed on the whole time, and for those 2 of you that are still watching right now, I really want to thank you and I want to commend you, because you are your success. You are the one writing your success right now on that chalkboard that you can't see behind here, but I have it. You're writing your own success story, and that's because you do what it takes and you show up. That's the first part of getting to your success level, is showing up. Congratulations.
Fantastic. With that note, guys, I'm going to kind of end it this way because I want to end it this way. Listen, guys, like I said, I'm very transparent, so I'm just going to say it for what it's worth, okay? Because it's the truth, and I think you guys will be able to appreciate this.
Mm-hmm.
You are here. You're here right now for one reason only. It's not because of my smiling face. It's not because of Tony's smiling face, Tony's attractive personality. It's not because of that.
Mm-mm.
You're here for one reason, guys, and that's to make money. I know that. That's why you're here. So I want to say this to you before we go. Making money doesn't take a day off. I know you would like to make money 7 days a week, okay? I know that. So if you would like to make money 7 days a week, work on your business 7 days a week. I don't care if it's the weekend, Sunday, whatever. If you can only put in an hour a day, still, be consistent. Do something every day. Market every day. Listen to audios every day. Read every day. You need to do this every day. Make this a lifestyle. I guarantee if you do that, you will be successful, guys. And with that note, wow, I know I can be long-winded sometimes. With that note, I'm going to say good night. Thank you, Tony. And
you're very welcome, brother.
You guys be safe. I love you guys, and we'll see you here next week. Good night, guys.
Good night, guys.
All right, Tony. Good night, bro.
All right, brother. Good night.